stomping on the bleachers. Low snap. The kick is good. Great move after the catch. First down and more. Now Coleman showing you the speed. Breaks the tackle. Still up the 5 and in for the touchdown. Wow. He's gone. Gould showing you the speed. One man to beat. Yannicko's going to break. He's going. Yannicko inside the 5. He's over the pylon. Touchdown. We got a game. Pinkerton. Going to throw on the run. Wide pulls it in with one hand, and now he's in the end zone. Trying to shake off a man at the 15. He's at the 5 there, and he's into the end zone. Left Hindle, short pass, big hit here at the line of scrimmage. Gino in motion, snap taken, Heening, going to throw down the seam. He's got Coleman in the end zone. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Londonderry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the Pinkerton Astros and the Londonderry Lancers. One of the state's biggest rivalries renewed again tonight. Two premier programs, two contending teams in Division I, both battling for early season supremacy in Division I Central Conference. A windy night. Still, you can't ask for much better. An early kick tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern. The sun is still up. And in between wind gusts, it's actually rather pleasant, although the temperature is supposed to drop a bit as the game moves forward. Pinkerton, we'll start there. They come in at 3-0. For a long time, the Astros dominated this rivalry, which goes back nearly 4 decades at this point. However, Londonderry has gotten the better of the last 5 matchups, including in the quarterfinal round a year ago, 25-13 the final score, as the Lancers eventually went on to capture their second Division I championship in the last 3 seasons. The Astros, they feature 2 very good running backs, both seniors, and both have been contributing at the varsity level for Coach Brian O'Reilly for a long time. Jake Albert came in, started his freshman year, and really hasn't looked back. Battled an injury issue last year, but is by all accounts 100% fully healthy and has been productive through the first 3 weeks of the season. And then Cole Yannicko, another youngster who cut his teeth early and has proven to be pound for pound one of the best tailbacks in the business. We'll start there, Steve. We know the Londonderry defense will have to focus on containing the Pinkerton rush attack tonight.
Yeah, Nick, if this wind continues as you were speaking earlier, it's going to be interesting how it affects down on the field and for how long. It's very likely, if you look at the weather report, that this wind will begin to die down around 6:30, maybe 6:45 or so if you look at the numbers. And how that may change, how the weather may change the play calling and the other elements of this game. One thing for sure, though, both of these coaches know how to run the football. They have both of them have a great backfield, and Drew Heenan already known for his running ability. And boy, he likes to tuck it and run. One of the quarterbacks that likes to run over you if he can. He is literally a bowling ball going through. But don't underestimate this young man's arm if the wind blows down to pull up a connection with Coleman, his receiver, that he clearly showed he's got a good track on in the championship game last year. As it relates to Pinkerton, Coach O'Reilly always has that quiet confidence. Had a great interview with him on Gridiron last night. Got a little insight that he said Hersom is ready. He's a sharp kid. Something you picked out on the rosters, Nick. 6'4", it says on the rosters, 175 pounds. So be interesting to see him for the first time. To be honest with you, Nick, I have unfortunately not been able to see a lot of film on both of these teams, and I'm really looking forward to see what they have and how they defend against each other and the adjustments that are made in the first half.
Londonderry at 2-1, yet remain atop the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll. Their one loss came out of state against Bishop Hendricken down in Rhode Island, one of the premier teams, not just in Rhode Island, but really in all of New England. The Astros, meanwhile, had an interesting up-and-down season opener against Wyndham, held a big lead late in the first half. The Jaguars able to crawl back in the second half. However, Pinkerton made some key plays to close the deal in the final moments, and then blew out their next two opponents. Ran away with it against Goffstown, no problem last week against Alvern, 42-6. Londonderry had their hands full in the opener against Concord. We all know the Crimson Tide are much better than previously advertised. However, not enough for the defending champs in week one as Londonderry held on 34-24. Then came the loss against Bishop Hendricken, and then last week a strong second half put Wyndham to bed by a score of 30-14. We know, though, Steve, the Lancers are shorthanded tonight without their all-world offensive lineman / defensive lineman, junior Ty Miles, who is expected to miss the remainder of the season, unfortunately, with a leg injury.
Yeah, that's true, but what was really pleasing for me to see, Nick, is I saw big number 75 in a left brace walking off the field over here, so I think he'll be out by the sidelines. So see him up and walking, is an encouraging thing that doesn't appear to be in a cast or anything like that. So whatever is that happened in that injury, I didn't feel comfortable asking Coach Lozon. He didn't seem to be wanting to discuss what happened, but we certainly wish him the very, very best and in the future. And it's so good that he's a junior that he can come back a senior year. But let's talk about what that means. I think it means so much defensively. We were talking about this last night, that Coach O'Reilly is not probably going to have to apply as many resources to each individual defensive lineman when his offense is on the field. And that's going to open up an opportunity because when Big Ty Miles is out of the lineup, it means an advantage for the other team. How Coach Lozon adjusts to that is going to be very interesting. We'll find out. One more thing about Jeez, I can't even hear myself to fight through it. But one of the things that Coach O'Reilly said, Nick, on that Wyndham game is that they pulled out a way ahead, but it was a conditioning issue. Coach O'Reilly's not going to say that if it wasn't so. So he says he's been working these guys, getting them in condition so they can play a solid 4 quarters of football. But if you look at the lead they had against Wyndham, that's still pretty impressive against that very good Wyndham team, but take nothing away from them. They fought and clawed their way back, and Wyndham's shown that they're a contender as well. Very interesting to see what happens with the conditioning in the second half and that great running game they put forward.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Pinkerton. A lot of those players go both ways and will be taxed, I'm sure, come the second half. We are live from the stands here at Lancer Park. We are right under, unfortunately, the public address speakers, so it's loud for us here, and we hope you can bear with us throughout the broadcast. It's a very vibrant atmosphere, as expected. It's buzzing. At least, 2,000 or so already on hand. More expected to pile through the entrance as the game moves forward. And, of course, we have the cheerleaders, the dance team, a standing student section here on the Londonderry sideline, all in blue. And they've made the trip from next door, Derry, as well. The Astro fans are lined up left to right on the far side. And you see more than one red and white Astro flag being waved in the stands. Of course, both bands are very prolific and starting to gather on the field as we get set for the opening ceremony. So we will take a break, come back, get you the opening coin toss, the national anthem, and then game time here in Londonderry. The Astros and the Lancers are coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, we're closing in on game time here in Londonderry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's our game of the week, presented by Beals Insurance, one of the biggest rivalries in the state, renewed tonight. And of course, these two schools have been battling all week across various athletic fields, boys and girls sports, taking part in the MAC plaque, the battle for the MAC plaque, as anything from field hockey to soccer to, of course, the gem, so to speak, this matchup on the gridiron. Both teams showing a lot of school spirit, and we expect a wild one here tonight. Two of the top 5 teams in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll, and to no surprise, year in and year out, really, both of these programs are on the short list of contenders. As we know, Steve, in years past, this kind of served as an appetizer for two teams that were expected to meet in the playoffs. This year, a revised format. More teams get in. It'll be a 13-team field in Division I, so no guarantees that these two teams will meet up again. However, we spoke with both head coaches last night on FNL Gridiron. They both told us that they're playing to win tonight and expect to pull no punches.
Yeah, as far as that 13 teams, Nick, you start looking down the roster, the game we did last week, and you got Portsmouth, and you got the Red Raiders from Spalding, and you got Concord, and you've got, some other teams that, it's really going to make a lot of games, I think, more interesting at the end. It's certainly appearing that way, especially if they can beat who they're supposed to be. The thing about this game is not only is this the MAC Black game, this has major relevance. This game is extremely important because it's a breakout game for both teams. When you look at Londonderry, they were challenged by Concord in the first half, and Coach Lozon and crew were able to muster a win out of that. But they come out of that game with a lot of respect for Concord. You go down to Bishop Hendricken, a fantastic team. They scored some points. You knew Londonderry's a solid team here. The wild card here for me is Pinkerton because, even though they played two weaker teams and defeated them by a wide margin, the fact is they defeated them by a wide margin. What more do you want? To me, this is just, after 3 weeks now, this is a situation where they're going to face the top brass, and we're really going to see where they fit into this. I think they have a potential to break this game out if this kind of weather holds out, because it does favor the run for sure.
There's a look at the home team making their way in from the locker room. And this home crowd expected to greet the Lancers in just a few moments. Division I champions 2 of the last 3 years, led by head coach Jimmy Lozon, now in his 9th season as headman of the program. And on the other side for the Astros, head coach Brian O'Reilly, who is also the school's athletic director, needs no introduction. Nearly 40 years on the sideline at the head of the Astro program.
It's amazing, really, but, you know, when you look at this music that they're playing ahead, this home field advantage going back and forth between these two venues, they want to do everything they can to get an advantage, get the crowd in it early, and when they walk down this field and they bust through that thing, this place is going to explode on the Londonderry side. Nick, you were talking estimated 2,000. I bet you there's been 1,000 more people have come in the past 15 minutes. I don't know what you think.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big opening here.
That's about right. We've seen in the past attendance at these Pinkerton Londonderry contests reach, 5, maybe 6,000.
Yeah.
And we expect several thousand to tune in tonight on our YouTube channel, FNLNH Media, as well.
Well, we love bringing it to you.
A grass field here. It rained all day yesterday. However, it seems like it's pretty dried out at this point. And again, the biggest factor from nature is expected to be the wind gusts, perhaps expected to hit 30, 35 miles an hour throughout the course of the game.
And don't forget, folks, we're going to show you, is the band here from Pinkerton as well, Nick? I haven't seen them yet, but we do know that Londonderry Band is here. Huge, one of the top bands in the whole region. They've done things across the country and made a name for themselves. And we'll have them for you all through the game. You'll hear them in the background, and we'll have them at halftime for you as well.
Here come the Lancers.
Here we go.
Let's hear it for your defending champion, Londonderry Lancers!
Led onto the field by Trevor Weinman, one of the senior captains, carrying the flag and leading his teammates to the home sideline. You mentioned the Astro Band. They are mixed in with the Londonderry Band, so it's one kind of big collaborative effort down on the field, stretching from the 40-yard line all the way to the back of the end zone. So
yeah, they've done this before, and it's always the national anthem they did over in Pinkerton last year. That was one of the most special football games I've watched in years. I don't expect any less tonight.
The officials will now meet with the captains on the sidelines and then meet in the center of the field for tonight's coin toss.
All right, coin toss coming up here. We'll bring it to you live on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, along with the aforementioned national anthem. And then we'll get the game going here momentarily. We've got an all-star crew behind the lens tonight. Matt Beals up here with us in the stands, made the trip from Washington, D.C. this morning.
For tonight's game, the referee
and, of course, down on the field, John Barron.
The judges are Richard Driscoll.
And Craig Cardone.
Is Mark Redmond. The umpire is Chris Hatfeld. And the line judge is David Webster.
5 captains. Ty Miles, captain, enjoying them out there. And it looks like Pinkerton has 4 captains. And this wind does not appear to be letting up yet.
Sun setting as well off to our right. And for the moment in our eyes until it can set a little further below the tree line. We'll just have to deal with it here.
I was looking at on our camera there. You could see the quarterback from Pinkerton, Tim Herson. He is all of 6'3", Nick, for sure. And I wouldn't argue with a 6'4". He is a tall young man.
And Coach O'Reilly sung his praises last night.
Yep.
Said he's got a nice arm, good with the play action.
Looking forward to seeing him. Yep.
Of course, the play action, really a prerequisite for running this wing T offense.
Yeah.
Pinkerton has won the toss. They defer to the Lancers.
There you go. The Astros will.
Jeez, you don't even have to announce it, Nick. It
No.
goes right over the crowd.
That's right. We've got, again, one of 4 big booming speakers right overhead here.
Yep. This place is jammed.
Londonderry will be receiving the ball first. The Astros will be defending the northern goal.
All right, so there's the coin toss. We should see the Londonderry offense here to begin the football game momentarily.
Nick's favorite time here, right?
Yep. Getting fired up on the sideline.
That.
On the eve of the battle. 2 teams that are really, in a lot of ways, going to be in pretty good shape if they can leave this field with a win.
In honor of America,
all right.
For the playing of our national anthem.
Here is the live rendition of the national anthem by both the Pinkerton and Londonderry marching bands.
Renowned Londonderry Lancer High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Serge Bolio.
Well, there it is. Both bands collaborating for the national anthem, setting the tone here in Londonderry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you live from Lancer Park. Getting set for the 6 o'clock Eastern Time kick on a windy Friday night here at the tail end of September. Pinkerton trying to improve to 4-0, trying to beat Londonderry for the first time in now 6 meetings. The last 5 have gone to the Lancers. Londonderry looking to keep that streak alive and remain unbeaten against in-state competition. They can improve to 3-1 overall with a victory here on their home field.
What a great rendition by the two bands there, Nick, working together. That's not an easy thing to do. They nailed it right in the middle of this win. But yes, Nick, that's got to be on the minds of especially the Pinkerton fan base, the coaching staff, and the whole community.
Kickoff is Jacob Albert.
They're going to want this one. I would expect a lot of physicality here. I expect a lot of running this early part of the game, Nick. It's going to be interesting how this trench battle wears up, or matches up, I should say. And the Pinkerton crowd, Nick, is really into it over there. They've got some orchestrated stuff that's been pretty cool to watch so far.
Traveled over the town line.
Yep.
Astros, as we mentioned, won the toss. Defer to the second half. So we'll see Jake Albert, the senior, the 4-year starter, also handles the kickoff duties. Back deep for the Lancers was the championship game hero Andrew Coleman. Scored 2 touchdowns in the win over Winnicott last November and is back for his senior season. It's a short kick near sideline, handled by Anthony Amaro.
He's got a lane.
5'8" senior, going to look for space on the far side, and it's a good one. To midfield. One man to beat now at the 20, 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Londonderry. Wow. The opening kick. Taken over 80 yards to the house by Anthony Amaro, and he's got the Lancers out in front. Just 17 seconds in by a score of 6-0.
And no flags on the play that I can see, Nick. They're bringing it down, so it's go. What an opening for the Lancers. Looked like the contained man on the outside. Watch this. Watch the contained man. I believe it was 21. Get caught inside right there. Maybe not 21, but what a great job turning upfield and then looking for that open green. And man, is he got some legs. Anthony Amaro. Wow.
Able to take it from near side to far side and really untouched as he finds his way in the end zone 17 seconds later, sending a jolt through this home crowd.
Absolutely.
A picture-perfect start for Londonderry. The point after try here is on the way from Jake Drabick.
What a kick.
And that one is up and perfect. 7-0 Londonderry. Blink and you miss it here. Pinkerton in their early hole.
Definitely not the start they Pinkerton wanted, Nick. but absolutely the kind of start that Coach Lozon loves to play from ahead. He is a genius at making adjustments. And don't forget, you don't come out and make adjustments at halftime if you're down. He's able to make a lot of quality adjustments when he's up. Increase the percentages of the plays to not turn the ball over. It'll be very interesting to see. Pinkerton has got to strike back here, or at least get some good field position.
Well, Coach Lozon, one of his favorite things to preach about is really the special teams play, right?
Absolutely.
He and his staff spend an above average amount of time, let's say, working on all aspects of special team, including obviously the kick return.
Yeah, his special teams last year was a major part of his success. A lot of good quality sophomores play on special teams, and how well they're coached throughout the youth programs all the way up, which both of these programs have outstanding youth programs, is very important. That by the time they're sophomores, they can contribute, and a lot of times it's on special teams. So we'll see now how Pinkerton can respond.
So Drabick,
what a run back,
who just booted the extra point, got it teed up at the 40-yard line. It's a squib kick near side. One of the up men going to reach down, pick it up at the 30, and cross the 35 before he spun down at about the 37-yard line. That's a good return for Pinkerton's Jackson Collins, the senior fullback.
What a swarm here defensively, Nick. Well, the tackles coming down the field on the kickoff team. Watch this. This is what you like to see. Pop, 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 pop. Nobody backing off. They're ready to hit.
Get a look now at Tim Hersham. Listed at 6'4", 173 pounds. He's a junior.
Ball is on the
going to run this wing T offense for longtime head coach Brian O'Reilly. Cole Yarnico in the backfield, along with Caden Michaud, another one of the co-captains. Play action pass on 1st and 10. Deep down the field. Oh! Outstretching the arms, but couldn't pull it in. It's incomplete. He had the step on the corner, Trevor Wyman. Hersham overthrew him just a little bit. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Only one play, but I'll tell you, Mr. Hersham can throw a ball. His mechanics in that pocket throw, Nick, and his vision downfield with that 6'4" frame was outstanding. And, boy, I'll tell you, for a guy who I don't believe has had much varsity experience, that was well done. Jake Albert just barely out of his fingertips.
Hersham under center. Londonderry is going to load up the box. 2nd and 10. Pinkerton wants to go back to the air. Hersham going to roll out to his right. Throws it incomplete. Threw it at the feet of the intended target, Michaud. Under pressure, had to get rid of it. And now a 3rd and 10 on the way.
Yeah, smart move. He was sitting there hanging back, the defensive back. I couldn't tell who that was. It looked like number 6. Kyle McPhail, I believe, was covering that, and Tim Hersham did the right thing by throwing that down on the ground. You do not want to have any pick 6 at this moment for sure, Nick. You're better off kicking it away, but they do have a 3rd down here to try to get a 1st down. Really surprised, come out passing 2 different times here.
Yeah. Team known to run the ball first, set up the play action, has come out slinging here early. Hersham in a gun, under pressure, incomplete. That's Wyman on the corner blitz. Comes unadulterated to the quarterback. 3 straight incompletions, and now most likely a punt on the way for Pinkerton, trailing 7-0.
Very emotional player. He's a defensive-oriented guy. You can see he just loves playing D. Nice package there to get in on him. Looked like a stunt. We'll see it on replay, but it looked to me like a pretty healthy stunt there, and he was able to break through.
Got a piece of the football.
Yep. I was surprised that Hersham didn't run wide and try to break outside on that. He kind of backed up.
Matt Fioli handles the high snap. It's a right-legged punt off. It'll take a bounce at the Londonderry 40 and roll to a stop at about the 37. Lancers will take over there. We get a look at their offense for the first time under Drew Heenan. Senior, of course, was kind of thrown into the fire a bit last year when starting quarterback Aiden Washington went down. I guess ironically it was against Pinkerton.
It was.
In the regular season.
Half, remember?
Drew Heenan came in, played well, and Well, the rest is history as he led his team to the state championship.
Well, Aiden got injured as well, so that was a big factor, obviously, of that. But I watched him a couple times when he came in at cleanup time, Nick, before that, and he looked fantastic. So this kid just oozes, loves football. Love to hear when you see a quarterback's a film rat, like Coach Glozon said. That's so important to understanding at a young age, getting a lot of mileage of knowledge behind you. He takes this game very seriously. Apparently wants to be a coach someday, so he's got a lot of quarterback left in him so far. So
10-yard penalty. There's a block in the back at the end of the play. So Londonderry is backed up 1st and 10 inside their own 30. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room along the right side. Tackle made for Pinkerton by Casey Dennis, the 5'9" defensive back, able to wrap up Rosario on his first carry. That's Nathan Rosario, 5'10" junior. So it's just a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9. 1 minute gone by here, opening quarter. Londonderry already leading 7-0. Heaton now in the pistol.
I'll just sit down.
Takes the snap. Late handoff up the middle with running room and tripped up. Goes the tailback. That's Jake Sheena.
Number 28, Jake
Another 5'9" junior. Another kid with experience. Broke a long play.
Tackled on the play by number 25.
In the postseason last year, Yanako gets his first tackle for Pinkerton, and we've got a 3rd and 3 on the way.
Yeah, big 3rd and 3 here, Nick. Sorry, I'm a little bit trying to hold things together here. This wind has knocked right down a bit. But big 3rd and 3 here for Pinkerton especially. They got to get the ball back. Got to make sure they maintain solid field position against the Lancers for sure.
Astros with 3 down linemen. They're going to blitz a 4th. Heenan going to keep it himself near side. Not going to go anywhere. Wrapped up and dropped in the backfield by one of the linebackers for Pinkerton, Collins, who makes his 2nd tackle.
Yeah, and
now the Astros go backwards. They're going to have to punt here on 4th and long.
That's a gutsy call there, but it's what you have to do. Sometimes you have to mix things up against this Londonderry offense, and that was just a terrific. Looked like there were 2 stunts and a blitz going on there, Nick. 2 stunts on the line and a blitz coming through, and they tracked them very well. Good vision by the defensive line of Pinkerton Astros.
So here's Wyman, Joe's at his own 20. Set to punt away here for Londonderry. Punt the ball away for Londonderry. They've got a 7-0 lead. Handles a low snap. Gets off an end-over-end kick that doesn't go very far. And stops dead just shy of midfield. In fact, it'll be down at the Lancer 46-yard line. So gorgeous starting field position for drive number 2 for the visiting Astros. Pinkerton trailing 7-0, 3 minutes into the football.
Yeah, the wind, Nick, just knuckled that ball down. I'll bet you that took 10, 15 yards anyway off of that kick.
Yeah.
So Pinkerton comes back with excellent field position on the 6-yard line. That's exactly what they want here. Let's see what Hersham can do.
3 and out on their opening drive. All 3 were pass attempts. They'll go to the ground for the first time, and with room to the far sideline goes Caden Mishu, the junior, who contributed last year as a sophomore, able to spring one for 20-plus and a first down.
And Coach O'Reilly last night, look at that speed going around the corner. So, oh, yeah, we got Mishu, too. He's a running back as well. Well, he sure is. That's some serious speed right there.
Ball is on the Lancers.
Great job by Tim Hersham with that pitch, Nick. It was right in the breadbasket and a great lead for him to beat the outside corner on the outside and beat the end.
Pushed down by Nate Pedrick, one of the leaders defensively for Londonderry. The pitch again, Yanako hitting the backfield. 2nd wind going to find the sideline and pick up a couple before he steps out of bounds. Just a 2-yard gain as Londonderry able to flood the scene with defenders there to limit the run.
Yeah, looking for probably should have turned up field a little bit more, Nick, very quickly on that. They had the outside. Of course, it's the short side of the field to cover, so a sweep on that play is pretty hard to do.
Yanako, of course, his father played for the Red Sox.
Yep.
Great all-around athlete and really a contributor from the get-go. Coach O'Reilly said he broke into the lineup late his freshman year.
Look at Albert.
Hasn't looked back. Meanwhile, Albert
got a hold.
Flag on the play. He's inside the 10-yard line, dragged down
on the run is number
near the 5, but let's see.
Kyle McHale, Nick, on a hold. And you'll see it on the replay here. Really no need to do that. He had the edge. I don't know why. Watch this. You look ahead. Look at number 6. You'll see him grabbing on Right there. See him grabbing on and holding his left arm. No need to do that. He had the corner, had the first down. That was a costly error right there.
So the penalty on Ezra Alvarez will cost the Astros as they're going to back it up. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Means the football's just inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, boy, as I see this holding methodology at the high school level, Nick, I really like it. I think it makes a lot of sense from the point of the foul.
Second down and 8 for the Astros.
Second down and 8.
Ball is on the 24.
Hersom under center. Nowhere to go up the middle. Londonderry with a number of defenders on the scene, including the linebacker Aiden Espinal. 6'1", 220-pound senior gets his first tackle of the contest. It's a loss of 1. And now the Astros may have to go back to the air on a third down.
Yeah, penalties, Nick, early in the game are really important because what they do is while you're still a little bit rusty getting things going, and you're kind of going backwards. Not a good situation offensively, especially early in the game.
3rd and 9, two-step drop, throw far side. Albert hit immediately.
Great cover.
The senior was able to hang on, but Seth Doyon right in his face, able to drill him into the grass immediately upon the catch. No gain officially. 4th and 9.
I'm doing my best, Nick, not to talk over you, but I can't even hear, so I'm trying to do my best I can. In that situation, Nick, there was just nothing there, and it was kind of a telegraph pass, just a great defensive call, and had it all covered. So, surprised they didn't do something downfield, Nick, a little deeper there.
Well, they're going to go
really
for it.
Short.
Yeah, go for it. 4th down.
Why not?
Gain of 2 on the play.
And officially 7. 5 minutes in from the gun. They go. They're going to throw from the backfield. That one is tipped, incomplete. That's McPhail in on the coverage. Got his left hand on the pass, which was thrown by Astro running back Caden Mishu.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of mutual jousting there with handwork between the receiver and the coverage guy. We'll see it on replay here, but nothing that really made that would make the level of an interference call. Just really nothing there.
Londonderry starts out on their own 22.
You see the throw here from Mishu.
Yeah, a lot of handwork back and forth. Nice
they're
defensive
not going to call
play.
that. That's par for the course. A good play by McPhail. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Londonderry will take over just outside their own 20-yard line as we approach the midway point of this first quarter. 7-0 Lancers. If you're just joining us, the opening kick was returned over 80 yards by Londonderry senior Amaro. Untouched on the play. Extra point was good. That's where we are. 7-0. Neither offense has been able to really get going. Just one combined first down. So
tackled on the play by number 49.
Loves to run the ball.
Yeah, going to rip off a good chunk there. A gain of 6, maybe 7 on first down. Coach Lozon said that he quote-unquote might let him run a little bit tonight.
Yeah, well, when you got a guy like that who actually scans the defense, this is part of the benefit of being a film guy. He knows how to scan a defense and see where the weak spots before even the ball is snapped, and he attacks that area.
Senior back in the pistol here on 2nd down and 4. Handoff. Trying to make a man miss is Sheena. Not going to find a whole lot of room up front.
On the run is number 28, Jake Sheena.
Met in the hole by Astro linebacker Matt Fioli.
Tackled by number 49, Ryan Caddo.
Yeah, it looks like about a yard short, Nick, on 3rd down.
You're going to give him 3, 3rd and 1.
Yep. A pretty good spot there.
Gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down and 1 for Londonderry.
Ball just outside the 30-yard line. Lancers.
We'll see if there's a blitz.
Looking for their first down against a 3-man front. Coach Lozon showing hand signals on the home sideline. May have just changed the play.
He did.
Heenan in the pistol. Going to take the snap, fakes the pitch, calls his own number, looking for room left side. It's going to be very close.
On the run is number 2.
Oh, he's definitely got it.
Heenan.
Looks like they're going to give him the 35-yard line. And it is a Londonderry first down. That's what Heenan's so good with the misdirection.
Yep. And what he did is he faked the pitch to the right, Nick, trying to force the linebackers and the safeties to stay home. And what does he do? He waits for the block to develop. Nice kick inside. I couldn't tell. It looked like the left tackle. And Drew runs right through the spot.
Man in motion to the near side. That's Amaro, the man who scored the touchdown. They go to Sheena, trying to dance away. And in some real trouble here in the backfield. The gang tackle is going to go for a loss.
On the run,
Astros able to flood the zone.
Yeah,
Marco Centeno given credit with the tackle.
Absolutely, but Casey Dennis is having a heck of a game at defensive end. What a terrific job here of containing, and that's what forces him to go back inside, and then that linebacker core, which is always well coached on Pinkerton, no one's going to question that, is right there to take it, but it just all started by Casey. Terrific job.
Officially a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13. Clock ticking down towards 4 minutes here, first quarter. Londonderry trying to work on a 7-0 lead. They throw in the flat. It's incomplete. Amaro,
I'd go after that ball.
reaching out, couldn't reel it in. Officials say forward pass incomplete. So now we're 3rd and 13.
But if it's close like that, you still go grab it, Nick. You never know.
Well, both defenses, as expected, Steve, have come out really fired up. Pinkerton, of course, on special teams, shorted the opening touchdown, but to the Astros' credit, defensively, they've been able to respond.
Yes, they have. And another big play right here. It's not 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 3. Let's see what the Astros can do, what they got up their sleeve defensively.
3rd and 13.
3rd and 13, excuse me.
Heenan again with Amaro in motion. Gives the handoff. Sheena.
Oh, what a tackle.
Spun down in the hole.
Wait till he gets up, get that number there.
Gets up to the 35-yard line and no further, back to the original line of scrimmage.
On the run was number
I believe that was 84, Nick, if I'm not mistaken.
Tackled on the play by number
84.
Ryan Placey.
We're going to give credit to Placey. That's Ryan Placey, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, what a great job. I got Marcos.
On their own 36.
I have Marcos Centino. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Looked like it's a ways away, and we've got all I know is a heck of a good job.
Jackson Collins was in the area as well.
Yes,
could have been
was.
any of those guys. Either way, it's a stop.
Sure was.
After
Good
a 4-yard gain. Meanwhile, Wyman, a couple steps to his right, gets the punt off. It's high. Albert is knocked down, and a flag is going to fly. Albert, the return man, collided with Camden Brutus, one of the gunners. And Londonderry going to have to eat a penalty here.
Yeah, that could be 15, Nick, depending on how they judge it. Yeah,
Officials going to get together. John Boylan is our referee.
Yeah, let's see if they tack on. I believe this will be a 15-yarder, Nick. That's going to put it right around the 45-yard line in Lancer territory. So field position hasn't been a problem so far for Pinkerton, Nick, once that kick return for touchdown was run against them. But somebody's got to break out here on offense, Nick. I'm surprised watching Hersom that they're not going downfield. The wind is beginning to subside here. We'll see if it stays that way. Still out there. It'd be a pretty relatively good wind in a normal situation, but considering what it was, it's not too close.
Called against the Lancers.
Sun also beginning to set here in southern New Hampshire.
Down and 10.
So for the second straight drive, Pinkerton is going to begin the drive in Londonderry territory. Offense has been stifled on the previous 2 drives. Hersom breaks the huddle quickly. Puts Michaud in motion. They toss to the junior, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. That's Pedrick.
Wow.
Able to read that play very well. His second tackle. No gain there for Michaud, 2nd and 10.
Watch this, Phil. Albert and company had a great job blocking outside. He turns upfield. Kind of slow to develop, Nick, to be honest with you. He's got to turn upfield immediately on that, but what a fill. Watch this, number 25 coming up. To me, a little bit slow to develop by, is that Michaud?
Michaud on the carry, Pedrick on the tackle, 2nd down and 9, and a high snap. Ball loose, and Londonderry may have just come up with the turnover. That's Weinman in the backfield, able to beat Yanako to the spot. The snap was high, and the Lancers have the game's first turnover.
Costly error. Those are the things, Nick, you look back on, and those are those turning points in the first quarter. It's still the first quarter. But what this is doing is setting a tone in the game that is just elevating the crowd into the game. The coaching staff gets confident, and the players, most importantly, on the field are getting confident. And the first quarter in a game that's this big, that's a very, there's been a couple of, Pinkerton has had good field position.
And now it's Londonderry's turn to start the drive in Astro territory at the Pinkerton 45-yard line, just inside of 3 minutes. First quarter, 7-0 Lancers. They took the opening kick to the house.
Looked like Yannick, Nick, might have been trying to pick the ball up. In that situation, you just got to fall on it, and that's got to be your intention right from the beginning.
3-man front here for the Astros. Londonderry goes back to the ground on 1st and 10, and a good shifty move there by the tailback, Jake Sheena. Continuing to feed the junior. Able to find 7 there to set up a second down and 3.
The other thing this does, Nick, is it keeps the Pinkerton defense right back on the field. So it's not just losing possession, but your defense is on the field. After 2 plays, basically, they're back on. And that's difficult because you're wearing the people down, wearing the personnel down.
Fioli and Yannick combining on the tackle. Officially a 5-yard gain down to the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Second down and 5. Heenan back in the gun. Gonna fake the handoff, calls his own number, lowers the shoulder, and tackled about a yard or so shy of the first down marker. Another stop registered by Marco Centano.
Yeah,
should be 3rd and 1.
Number 10, Drew Heenan, brought down to the play by number 46, Jackson Collins.
Little bit of physical advantage here going to Londonderry. You notice the emotions of what happens on the field. You begin to feel like you're backing up. And when you have the advantage, you feel like you're running downhill. And the trench battle now is beginning to swing a little bit heavier now towards Londonderry.
3rd down and inches officially. Wyman in motion near side. And now it looks like Coach Lozon going to change up the play.
Yeah, this is where he's so good. He
Astros, meanwhile, threatening to blitz here, it looked like.
Yep.
And may have forced the coach to change the plan, and now it looks like a timeout is going to be called.
Well, that was going to be delay a game, Nick, if he didn't make that timeout. Looked like a little bit of a communication issue between Heenan and Coach Lozon, but they'll get that ironed out here. It does happen. Looks like that Coach Lozon had a specific play in mind, and it just wasn't connecting out in the field, so they'll fix that. To be honest with you, this is probably a good situation for Pinkerton to get the defensive coaching staff out there to get these guys pumped back up again, and get them refocused and say, look, it's the first quarter. Relax. It's 7-0. Do your job right here. Get the ball back. Let's turn this thing around.
Just over a minute remaining here, first quarter. First time out either way.
Starts at 10 a.m. with volleyball.
Coach Lozon, of course, got his start at his alma mater at age 21. Head coach at Manchester West for a few years. Spent some time at the college level on the St. Anselm staff. And over the course of the last 9 seasons has been head man here at Londonderry High School, bringing the school 2 championships in the last 3 years.
Quite a feat.
Hoping the offense can find a few inches here on 3rd down. It's going to be close. Sheena hit hard in the hole.
Wow.
Hit pretty high as well by Patrick Waldron. Waldron, the senior, with the tackle, but not in time. It is a Londonderry first down.
Yeah, he got hit hard, Nick. What a terrific. He shot a vector right there, right at him. Stayed square. So probably a little bit of pumping up going on in the defensive coaches unit out of that timeout, Nick. And they recognize this is serious. As our new Spirit Airlines in Manchester Airport comes over 737, looks out the right side of the plane in a great game.
Yeah, there's a low-flying jet above us here. 1st and 10, Coleman made a man miss and picked up a few extra yards down to the Pinkerton 30-yard line.
Pinkerton playing with some emotion on defense. That was certainly one of the advantages I said earlier about that timeout. Gives the coaches an opportunity to get out there, rally these guys up, and you're seeing them swarm to the ball. They're going to need to do that in this second quarter coming up.
Issue a good one-on-one tackle there.
Second down
along the sideline. It's 2nd down and 6. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. An 80-yard touchdown return for Londonderry is the lone score. Anthony Amaro brought it to the house. And the home team, after 1, leads 7-0. Lancers looking for more when we come back. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Londonderry. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you live from Lancer Park. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Week number 4. Sun setting here. Second quarter.
Packed
Londonderry on the move in front of several thousand folks here tonight. Left side. Little bit of room there for Andrew Susi.
It's going to be close.
On the run for the Lancers.
Depends on where they spot it, Nick. I think he's got it.
Senior kept the legs moving.
It's good.
Yeah, he's
And
got
it
it.
is a Londonderry first down.
Wow, just Jake Albert came up, and that just was a mismatch right there. That's
Senior gets the credit for the tackle.
23.
yeah, but
It's the first tackle for Albert, but yeah, he had to eat that one.
yeah.
First and 10. Ball just outside the 23-yard line.
Wow,
They
what
go
a
back
nice
to
move.
the ground. Susi sidesteps the first man, but not the second. Brought down by the linebacker, Ryan Placey.
Yeah, that was a
Brought down
what a
by the
square
25,
tackle, Nick.
Yanako.
You know, this stuff doesn't happen by accident. This happens with coaching all week, all summer. Watch this. What's the square?
Loss of one
Total
play,
square,
second down,
hips right to the
11.
line, puts him in athletic
From the
position to make that
24.
tackle. What a great job.
Yeah, Yanako got him below the waist. Placey able to finish him off.
Yeah.
In the end, just a yard gain, second down and 9. Minute gone, second quarter.
Guess I spoke too soon on the wind.
Londonderry trying to get back, or rather get into the red zone for the first time tonight. Heenan looks to his right, sends a man in motion to the near side, takes the gun snap. It's a double handoff. They go back inside for Wyman, looking for the 20-yard line, won't get much. Maybe 2-3 yards on the play. Again, Placey and company there for Pinkerton.
I don't have to tell you, Nick, how important this third down is. It looks like 3rd and 7, Nick, a long 7, actually. And this is a big play. This is where Pinkerton has got to get the ball back. I don't know how strong the leg is, but it's going to be a tough field goal, Nick, from there. You look at about 37, but a lot of right to left wind. But he did appear like he had a pretty good leg, so I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Lozon goes for it if they don't get the first down here.
2 minutes in, second quarter, 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 20-yard line. Heenan looks left, throws right. It's a screen for Wyman, not going to get much.
Heenan's pass
Again, swallowed up
credit
immediately
for
by
Wyman.
Jackson Collins on the stop. Well shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and long.
And
If
on
they
the
decide to
tackle,
kick here, it's about a
Jackson
37, maybe a
Collins.
38-yarder.
Yeah, Drew Heenan wants to go for it. He's signaling into Coach. Let's go, let's go. Coach thinking about it. I think he's going to kick, yeah.
He's going to send the field goal unit onto the field.
Given that 3 point, it's by no means through the uprights yet, Nick, but
down and 7.
it's
for the
7.
Lancers.
It's 7 at that point. You got an opportunity for some points, and that's just because he believes in his defense, Nick. He says, "What the heck? What does it matter whether he,
And again, he's got the wind at his back.
exactly."
37-yard attempt.
Strong right to left, though.
It's a good snap, a good hold, and a
gonna be
pretty
close.
good kick. It is
He got
good.
it.
It's good.
Just over the crossbar.
I like the call, and I said that before the kick, Nick. I like what he's doing there. He understands you don't want to leave points on the board.
0.
Really, 7 yards the way Pinkerton has been playing some better defense. I think he played the percentages and he won.
So Jack Drabick connected on the extra point following the first quarter touchdown from Londonderry. Connects here on a 37-yard field goal to make it now 10-0 Londonderry. Just about 3 minutes gone by in this second quarter. And once again, it's on the Astros to respond.
Yeah, great picture there of that field goal with Old Glory in the background. Stretched out to the max into that wind, but what a beautiful kick. He didn't try to move it. He knew the yardage he had to get, Nick, and he made sure he kicked it square, and that's key. Thought it would go to the left a little bit more, but stayed in between the uprights. That's a big 3 points for the Lancers.
Special teams accounting for the scoring here early.
Good point, Nick. Excellent point.
The opening kick return of over 80 yards by Anthony Amaro, and then the 37-yard field goal by Jack Drabick.
100% right. That's and so the special teams play of the Lancers continues from last year into this year for sure.
Drabick with the kickoff. Albert, a couple of steps backward, fields it at the 5-yard line. Cross the 10, hit at the 15, not going to survive the 20.
Yeah. Little tentative.
Good coverage there.
Yeah, a little tentative, though. You've got to choose that lane, Nick, and go full speed through it. Jake's a great athlete. He's not afraid of anything. You saw that on that tackle over there. Looked to me like he was trying to find a lane and just a little too tentative on that run back.
They'll start off in their own
20-yard line. You really want to make your decision and go. Try to break some ankles, a couple sets of ankles there, Nick. He's got the ability to do it.
By the way, Drabick, the kicker, the first on the scene.
Yep.
Wow. The coverage there for Londonderry.
Well,
here's Albert on the handoff. 1st and 10, looks for room left side. Going to lower the shoulder and maybe gain the 25-yard line.
On the run was number 2, Jacob Albert.
Didn't look like much initially, but ends up carving up 4, maybe 5 yards.
Both of these teams, Nick,
making the tackles.
If you're going to get on that defensive side or on a kickoff team or a punt team, you better know how to tackle. And that was a pretty good tackle. You're right, by a kicker.
2nd down.
Real good job.
After a gain of 6.
They give Albert 6 on that carry.
Yep.
Tackle made by Trevor Wyman, one of the returning starters defensively at safety for Londonderry. Here's a pitch left side. Cut down shy of the 30. Is again Albert. Back-to-back carries for the senior. Pedrick with the stop.
By number 56,
and it looks like a 3rd down and 1, maybe 2 on the way.
But that's a nice turn upfield by Jake Albert. There was nothing outside. He was looking. He's done it enough. He's got a lot of reps and experience behind him. That's a good decision to turn upfield. Put it 3rd and short here. But Pinkerton has got to move the sticks, Nick, here. Obviously, it's not 4-down territory, so they got to make a count here.
4 minutes in, 2nd quarter. Astros trailing 10-0. 3rd down and 1. An inside run is not going to get much.
I don't think he's got it.
Very close.
On the run is number 25, Cole
It's Cole Yanako trying to push the pile and find the 30-yard line, but they rule him short. It'll be 4th and less than a yard.
No gain on the play.
Probably 4th and a couple feet, maybe. You're right. Yeah, look at this. Good stuff here by the Lancers. Clogging up the A's and the B's gaps, Nick. Really surprised that Hersham on these offensive sets is not going downfield, Nick, to be honest with you, with the passing game a little bit. So kind of surprised.
Got a timeout here.
Yep.
As Coach O'Reilly wants to think about it. Nearly 5 minutes in, 2nd quarter. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally, by Ghost Energy. Ghost is an active lifestyle sports nutrition brand that powers and empowers users to be seen beyond the walls of the gym. Be seen with Ghost Energy. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Londonderry took the opening kick over 80 yards to the house and led 7-0 after the first quarter. A 37-yard field goal by the Lancers kicker, Jake Drabick, made it 10-0. Astros now trying to keep their drive alive deep in their own territory. 4th and 1 from their own 29-yard line. Hard count for Hersham.
He got it.
And they plunge Yanako forward for what looks like the first down.
Yeah, give number 79. I believe it's 79. I could be wrong on that. We'll watch that again.
It's good for an Astro 1st and 10.
I believe it's either left or right guard or right tackle here. Look, yeah, number 79. Look at that. 72, excuse me, on the Astros. What a terrific job.
That's the sophomore, John Hanlon.
That's a sophomore. Boy, I'll tell you, that's a heck of a block right there.
Able to get the push needed. Astros come out of the timeout, keep the drive going. Now on first and 10.
What a hit. Big hit.
Here on the near side as Minshew is planted in the hole, no gain.
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
He's stopped on the play by number 14, Connor Williams.
It's Connor Williams.
And number 4, Jack Drabick.
What a hit.
Drabick in there as well as Risley. It looked like Risley's the one who may have leveled him. Although, again, based upon the replay, Williams got in there pretty low, pretty early.
He got in there pretty low. Actually, it was more than one person, Nick. No wonder Minshew went backwards. He's a tough kid.
Minshew still giving credit for 2 yards there, so 2nd down and 8. We're midway through the second quarter. A fast-moving first half. Astros would love to get on the board. They pitch. Albert going to be hit in the backfield and taken down, meeting him about 3 yards deep. Behind the line of scrimmage was Seth Doyon, who's starting to put together a good first half here for Londonderry defensively.
He's putting together a good body of work here, and not even with still 5:52 left.
And number 5, Andrew
But boy, that was a little bit too telegraphed, Nick.
Loss of 4.
One of the things that you notice there, you start looking at the quarterback, and it's just too obvious where he's going. And they flowed unbelievable to the play. The Lancers are on fire right now defensively.
3rd and 12. Loss of 4 officially. Ticking down towards 5 minutes to go first half. Astros going to keep it on the ground, and Londonderry continuing to bottle up the run lanes.
I think he's got it.
Well, again, it was a long 3rd and 12.
You're right.
May have found the original line of scrimmage. In fact, a pretty good spot there. A gain of 4, maybe 5, but still well shy.
Brought down by number 71, Ryan Pemberton.
Ryan Pemberton with the tackle. That's a name, of course, that's familiar. His brother was along that offensive line on the 2020 team that won the championship. Saw his grandfather in the stands moments before the opening kickoff. Meanwhile, this punt is straight up in the air by Fioli. And in fact, it may lose yardage. That's a live ball. If Londonderry wants to play it, they'll dive on it instead at the 20.
Yeah.
And they're given a gift here.
Yeah, special teams.
Basically about to start this one in the red zone with a 10-0 lead, just 20 yards between them and the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, special teams, Nick, is just very lopsided right now. If you look at the initial run back, like you were talking about earlier in our conversation, and then you look at at that kick, then you look at the field goal,
right?
And then you look at the extra point on the touchdown.
Yep.
And I believe there was one more special teams.
The game's only turnover has gone Londonderry's way as well.
Exactly. So I was just saying that was on a regular set.
Right.
But on special teams, it really has, to your point, been biggest part of this game.
20-yard line.
Londonderry would love to make this a 3-score game. Coming up on 4 minutes, 1st and 10. Heenan has time, going to throw. He's got a man far side. On the catch, it's Sheena. Touchdown, Londonderry.
Wow. Nobody there.
It's a 20-yard hookup. Heenan to Sheena. He was wide open. Londonderry now leads 16-0 with the extra point on the way.
Somebody had a missed assignment there, Nick. I don't know if it was the safety that didn't pick it up. Let's take a look at this again. As a Londonderry fan base goes wild with the hockey helmets. Here we go. Let's take a look.
That's the student section, loving it. Some of them dressed as hockey players as they look at that connection between Heenan and Sheena.
He came out of the backfield, Nick, and Heenan just threw a strike.
Drabick's extra point up and good.
Drabick is good. So the score is now your
So just one play.
17.
Londonderry
The Pinkerton Astros
able to go 20 yards through the air. First touchdown on the board for the offense, and suddenly it's a 3-score game. It's 17-0.
Wow. But again, this is about mistake football. All that gets promulgated, Nick, from the inability of the offense. I'm not saying that's a mistake, but to have that punt pretty much just put them 15, 20 yards out is just elevating the whole concept of downhill versus uphill football, and that's exactly what the Lancers are doing right now. And, I don't know, somebody's got to pick up the guy out of the backfield To me, if the corner has to bite down on the cross pattern, the safety's got to read that and come up and pick up, or at least the outside linebacker. But definitely the safety's got to pick that up. And way too late to the game. How about Drew Heenan? Did a great job of looking downfield and the other direction, checked off,
Kickoff is number 4,
and then throws a beautiful lead pass.
Drabick's kick goes off the hands of Fioli. Live at the 15-yard line, picked up by Mishu, trying to work back middle, and it's cut down shy of the 20.
Yeah, this is
tackle made for Londonderry by Jaden Navarro, the junior linebacker.
Brought down by number 8, Jaden Navarro.
This is what happens when a team is.
First and 10 Astros.
This has happened, Nick, when a team is
riding the wave, right?
On their own 19.
Yeah, tackles so well.
Got some momentum.
But remember, I mean, this is an outstanding football team capitalizing on some of the mistakes of their opponent.
Pinkerton trying to kick it in gear. They're going to go play action on first down. Hersom to his right, running out of time, is knocked down and sacked. Londonderry getting Aiden Espinal into the backfield for the sack.
Sacked on the play.
It's a loss in the end of only 3, but a 2nd and 13 coming.
Yeah, Tim Hersom a little uncomfortable there. Probably had a chance to break it out far to the left, but he may have had a contained man. Let's take a look at that. He may have had a contained guy.
2nd down and 13.
Probably should have kept on going outside, but to be honest with you, number 25.
It's Pedrick, and Mike Sampson was there on the edge,
were right there on the edge, and he knew he was going to get run down. Just a plain nowhere to go. That's all there is to it.
2nd down and 13. Clock ticking down towards 3 minutes, second quarter. Inside give. Yannico is spun down in the hole. Again, Pedrick able to read the play along with Espinal.
Yannico, tackled by number 25, Nathan Pedrick.
Yeah, seems like these linebackers have read their keys very well tonight.
To say the least. But it's all happening, Nick, from
gain of 4 on the play.
Speed,
3rd down and 9 for Pinkerton.
And knowing your assignments and getting the contain on those runs. There's nothing that's being allowed outside from the having a great athlete like Albert. You got to contain him from the outside, and the Lancers doing a superb job. And then their linebackers have got shorter distance and area to cover, and they're able to come up and make tackles. But they're doing it in swarm.
3rd down and 8. Pitch near side. Trying to find some run room on his first carry is Matt Morrison. The sophomore is going to find a first down.
Nice turn upfield.
Able to turn it upfield across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
Well,
that's good for a yard.
Watch this.
Pick up a 13.
They are running for the contain, and he was smart enough to turn it on the inside of that contain route. Look at him. They're all running to contain outside. They're fighting for outside position, and he was smart enough to go upfield. Good vision, nice decision, really delivered for his team when they needed it badly.
Dragged down by the leg, it looked like, by McPhail.
Yeah.
Just shy of the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up on 2 minutes. Pinkerton does have 2 timeouts. Another inside give.
Yeah.
Yannico, not much. He's been stifled so far in this first half.
Number 5,
emotional Sampson coming up from the tackle.
He's having himself a game. Yeah, Mr. Sampson's been in the weight room. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If you watch the upper body strength and leg strength of this young man, you'll know why he's winning the matchup. Right now, he's getting separation and holding the line of scrimmage until he decides and he reads his keys, reads the man with the ball, square.
This is a defensive line playing without perhaps their best player, Ty Miles, out for the year with a leg injury. Meanwhile, the pitch to Morrison.
Nothing there.
Dragged down in the backfield. That's Dylan Risley. Finds his way from the secondary into the backfield in a hurry for the stop there for Londonderry.
High energy play out there, Nick. This defense is motivated. Like I say, that they're confident they can win their individual matchups, and the ability to get the vision. We always talk about this on defense. Keeping your heads up and having the technical handwork and strength to be able to control your man is very difficult for an offense to overcome. And that's what's going on here right now in the trenches, and even outside of the hash marks, Nick. They're chasing them down very effectively, controlling the contain.
Final minute, first half, 17-0 Londonderry. Astros looking for points before halftime. 3rd and 13. They go to Albert near side on a slant pass. Trying to fight his way to the 40, is knocked down. Shy of the first down marker.
Boy,
well shy.
Some hitting going on in this game. This defense is on fire. But give Jake Albert credit. He fought, got him an extra 4 or 5 yards there. 4th and 4. 4th and 6.
This was number 29, Dylan Risley.
Yeah, officially looks like 4th and 6 coming up. A timeout is called by Coach Lozon.
Yep.
He's got his eye on the clock, 41 seconds. He wants the ball and maybe some more points before halftime.
He knows that, this punch, if they're going to punch it here, is going to go right against the wind, and chances are he's going to wind up with some pretty good field position.
We've seen some wild punts
and
so far.
And like you said, Nick, earlier, this wind is probably 22, 25 miles an hour in favor to his kicker's back. So if he hits a square shot, a square kick here, it's going to go a long way.
Coming up at halftime, full recap of the first half, stats, highlights, and analysis, plus a look around the Week 4 scoreboard. As some of these Division I and Division II scores begin to trickle in, we'll get them to you. That's all coming up at halftime. 17-0 Londonderry. We welcome you inside our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. The opening kick was returned by Londonderry to the house by Anthony Amaro. 7-0 Lancers at that point. They held that lead after the first quarter, tacked on 3 more with a 38-yard field goal from their senior kicker, Jack Drabick, and then a hookup of 20 yards. Heenan to Sheena.
Wow, you did that well.
17-0
do that 4
score.
times quick.
And the Lancers set to get the ball back here on a 4th and 7. The punt from Fioli. This time it's good. It's down the middle. No roll at all as it lands at about the 37-yard line and is down at the Lancer 36.
Yeah, 17-0, Nick. They can't take any more points against him. And that was a very successful kick right there, because it's really going to make Coach Lozon say with 31 seconds, is it really worth the go? I'd be surprised if he fires a ball downfield in this situation. He may, but
I haven't seen Londonderry really take a shot yet.
No. Well,
nothing deep downfield. I mean, the 20-yard touchdown.
Yeah, but like to your point, you're on their 20, so why not? But in his own end, I would agree. He's kept it high percentage. Hasn't really taken risk and has paid off. When you got special teams that plays like his squad does, you don't need it.
31 seconds. Londonderry 1 timeout in their back pocket.
Well, the last thing you want to do, you got the crowd behind you. You're home. You got everything rolling for you. Defense is motivated and highly spirited, doing a good job. You don't want to create any risk that's going to turn this game around.
Looks like a 5-receiver set. Heenan in the gun. Has time. Going to throw down the seam. It's incomplete.
Man, he's got a gun.
Trying to find Trevor Wyman. Overthrew him.
Well, so much for that thought, huh?
Incomplete. Second down and 10. 25 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Man, that was a gun. Watch this thing. This thing never went more than 10, 12 feet off the air and went down, 35 yards. It's amazing to me the vision he gets down the field. Look at this.
Only 5'8".
Nice mechanics. Great mechanics. Boy, I'll tell you.
Wyman had some room, too, but just overthrew.
Oh, he had a lane. He was cutting the 2 defenders there. He probably, with the speed he's got, he probably would have gone all the way. That's a heck of a route right there.
Second down and 10 from their own 36. Tailback behind Heenan in the pistol. Snap, throw over the middle. Catch is made. Good 2-hand grab.
Heenan's pass.
That's Matt Carroll. The junior makes his way to Pinkerton territory at about the 45-yard line. Lancers want to hurry up. Clock momentarily stopped with 19 seconds. They're going to spike it here, so a 2nd and 10 on the way. The clock stopped with 16 seconds.
Yeah, at this point, obviously, you get a touchdown. That's wonderful. But what you're really trying to do is get it into the territory where you can call your last time out and get your kicker in the game. And my sense is that's what Coach Lozon is trying to do.
Heenan on first down breaks up
Heenan's,
down for the Lancers.
Boy, great pass, great catch, Nick.
Yeah, good 2-hand catch in traffic there. First of the game for Carroll.
Ton of people watching this game tonight. We love bringing it to you folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
So become a subscriber.
Free to do so, and you'll be in the know the rest of the way as we bring you on average 2 broadcasts a week throughout football season. Meanwhile, Heenan under pressure, going to air it out, looking for Carroll, couldn't reel it in over the shoulder.
Tough catch, looking back, going the other way.
Did have the step on the defender Morrison, but it's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 10 with 11 seconds.
Third down and 10 for the
Drew loves to, he doesn't care about getting hit. He's kind of like a Brett Favre in a way. He's going to get up there and pat the defender on the hat. He doesn't care. But one of the things that he's got a Danny Marino type quick release, Nick. I thought he was going to get sacked, and he unloaded that ball with such speed, and literally an inch or two away from being within field goal territory.
3rd and 10. Lancer still one timeout, 11 seconds. Coleman in motion. Heenan, play action, rolls right. Being chased here. Throws it away from Yannico. It's incomplete.
So good defensive stand by Pinkerton here.
Yannico got in there pretty quickly.
Yep.
Pass intended for McPhail. It's incomplete. So 4th down and 10. Londonderry is going to run at least one more play here with 5 seconds.
And 10.
And the sun pretty well gone here. I'd expect by the time we come back in halftime, from halftime into the 3rd quarter, it'll be.
Yeah, the lights are on and becoming more and more necessary here.
A lot of balloons flying up and through the trees there.
Yeah. A festive atmosphere really long before game time. Folks started filling in here this afternoon. 4th and 10. Heenan, gun snap, handoff to Sheena, and he's dropped immediately. That's Fioli who slipped into the backfield. Good one-on-one tackle. He's had a good first half for Coach O'Reilly, and that's going to do it
That is the end of the
for the first half. Londonderry is okay with it. It took the opening kick over 80 yards to the house, and it played with the lead ever since. A field goal in the 2nd quarter, a 20-yard hookup from Heenan to Sheena, and that is where we are midway through regulation. 17-0, the champs looking like it 24 minutes in.
Yeah, if you want to hear a good band, folks, stick around at halftime. We'll have them for you. The Londonderry Lancer Band, and I'm sure we're going to also have the Pinkerton Band. Both of these bands, well known in the state, top level. Don't go away.
All right, you heard Steve. They're getting warm. Going to have about a 20-minute recess here. We'll take a break for the next few minutes, come back, look back at that first half, tally up the stats, show the highlights. Get you Steve's keys to the second half as well, plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well as we get things going in week number 4. Londonderry, a big lead at halftime, 17-0 over Pinkerton. Back to Lancer Park in just a few minutes. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Dude, your score's wrong. Backwards.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
17 Londonderry.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here for you.
I wouldn't even notice that.
All right, call me next time you need me. Call me next time.
have to call you. You're already here.
Thank you.
Glad you're happy.
American Legion is full. American Legion. Yeah, they watch the Londonderry feed. Yeah.
Don't go back and forth.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the Pinkerton Academy High School Marching Band. And now, taking the field is your Londonderry High School Lancer Marching Band. This year's show is Beatlemania. Highlights include Magical Mystery Tour, Lady Madonna, Eleanor Rigby, Blackbird, Yesterday, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and The End. The show design and drill was written by Emily Dawson. The drum majors for the Lancer Band are Heidi Ricker, Sarah Digg, and Lauren Fontaine. The color guard captains are Megan Edwards and Katiana Shalinsky. And the drumline captains are Megan St. Germain and Kevin Placata. The band is directed by Serge Bolio and Emily Dawson. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome for the second half of tonight's entertainment your Londonderry Lancer Marching Band. Ladies and
Gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your Londonderry Lancer High School Marching Band.
Now there they are, providing
Yes,
the halftime entertainment.
They
First
are
we
terrific.
get the Pinkerton Band and then the Londonderry Band playing a bit of the Beatles catalog, my mother's favorite, and doing a great job overall, keeping us entertained here at halftime. And now just a few minutes away from the third quarter kick. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. 17-0 Londonderry. They took the opening kickoff 81 yards to the house. Senior Anthony Amaro, untouched, put the Lancers out in front 7-0. Second quarter, more special teams play. A 37-yard field goal from Jack Drabick made it 10-0, and then after a punt that actually lost yardage by Pinkerton, Londonderry with a golden situation, 1st and 10 from the Astro 20. It took them one play. Drew Heenan, the quarterback, finding Sheena for a 20-yard strike, and that's where we are, Steve. 17-0. Astros, though, are set to receive the second half kickoff.
Not really a hard half to figure out, Nick. You got a kickoff return for the first 7. You've got a field goal, special teams, and then you've got the opposition punt that goes actually backwards, and you sit on the 20-something yard line and you throw a ball in the end zone. Special teams all the way here. But let's not forget the speed, the agility, the tackling capability, and the play calling of the Lancer defense. They have been pretty much shut down. It looks to me like what appears to be a very good quarterback, but has been really frustrated with all the different looks that Tim Hersey is facing. Hersom has been facing so far. I really thought something different would happen in the opening play of the game, where you saw Jake Albert barely miss a touchdown pass, and it just looked like, oh, okay, we'll do that again. But once Londonderry locked down and got ahead, very difficult. It'll be very interesting to see. Obviously, next score is going to decide pretty much if this game is going to stay competitive or it's just going to go the other way downhill. So we'll see what happens, but Pinkerton has done it before. They know how to win, but it does look at the defensive set right now and the quality of that defensive Lancers. It's going to be a tall order.
They've been flying to the football, a lot of gang tackles.
Yes.
And I thought priority number one for Londonderry was to slow down that Pinkerton rushing attack. So far, so good.
Oh, so far so good, and Pinkerton's had opportunities that just not happened. We talk about penalties, holding penalties, and other penalties in the first quarter. When you're a running football team, you can't have it. You just can't have those kind of penalties in the first quarter against a team of this caliber. We said that this is a breakout game right now. In the first half, it looks like Londonderry's breaking out, but there's a whole half of football to play.
Of course, the game's only turnover was on a faulty snap from Pinkerton, recovered by Londonderry. And as we mentioned, the first 10 points put up via special teams for that young man right there. That's Jimmy Lozon, now in his 9th season, has delivered 2 of the last 3 Division I championships to the school. All right, we promised some scores at halftime. Most of the games are just getting underway.
Right, 7 o'clock.
Right now it's 7 o'clock, so we'll wait a bit until those scores start to trickle in. Any major adjustments you see either way here in the second half for either team?
You've got to really make sure that you don't get, when you have the ball, that being Pinkerton, that you don't hold. They had a drive that was working down. I believe it was Jake Albert. It may not have been. Had the edge around the corner, and the hold didn't have anything to do with that mid-game. They would have been down inside the 10-yard line, I believe, Nick. And that was a big play of the game because that would have made it 7-7.
Right.
And so it's just, you've got to play clean, mistake-free football. And I think at this point, Nick, with a win, gradually, I would say it's very much here, but you're going to have to work the ball downfield because the running game alone just isn't cutting it right now.
It's a cold night as well. Temperatures dropped below 50 degrees for the first time. The sun is set
and spiking downwards.
And that wind, you can say it wasn't as bad as earlier, but
it's still there.
It's still there. As you can see, the flags are pretty much standing straight up.
Yeah, as far as Londonderry is concerned, I was actually surprised with 31 seconds. I know what he's trying to do, trying to get his kicker down to get another opportunity. Jimmy loves offense, so he's going to grab everything he can, no question. But I was really surprised the risks that he took at that time. But when you're that confident about where you're going, it didn't hurt him. And boy, Drew Heenan showed me he can fire the ball. I knew he could anyway, but I'm just saying those balls are low to the ground, and they're going 35 yards, and they're getting there in a hurry.
All right, Pinkerton won the coin toss. They defer to the second half, so the Astros are set to receive.
Got to do something here for them.
Meanwhile,
the kick returns, Nick, have not been. When they catch the ball, if they get it, they just got to choose a lane and go. Oh,
onside, Drabik.
Yeah, that didn't even make it, did it?
I don't think it went 10. Or it may have. Yeah, it was kicked at the 40.
It's a 40.
Crossed midfield, but short-handed. One of the up men there for the Astros, ready to go. That's Landon McKiernan, the sophomore tight end. Played that perfectly.
First down and 10, Astros.
Coach O'Reilly will take it. Again, good starting field position for Pinkerton at their own 48-yard line. Remember, they started 2 drives in that first half in Londonderry territory.
Really surprised with 17-0 lead that plague, Nick, going in, because they have covered the Pinkerton kick return tremendously.
They got a Mishu here on first down. The junior looks for midfield. Turns his back to the defense and picks up about 3 yards. Another stop there for the Lancers, Seth Doyon, who's got a handful of tackles here tonight for the Lancers.
Yeah, they defensive line, I mean, half the time they got 3 men down, Nick, and they're just doing a tremendous job holding the line of scrimmage, getting separation, the defensive linemen, and giving opportunities to linebackers to come up and make fills.
Officially a 3-yard gain, second down and 7. 4-man front. Handoff, Yanako trying to power his way behind the left guard. Won't find much.
This has pretty much been the way it's been, continuance of what we saw in the first half, Nick.
Pedrick with the stop. They'll give him 3. Looks like a 3rd down and 3 on the way here for the Astros.
25, Cole Yanako.
Yanako kind of bottled up in that first half.
Number 71,
we knew that the Lancers would be focusing on not only Yanako, but doing a good job on Albert as well. Seen Mishu mixed into the mix, even Morris in the sophomore, but no matter who's
a lot of Mishu, actually, yeah.
Right, no matter who's carried the ball, though,
down and 4
longest, I think, play from scrimmage was 16 yards back in that first quarter.
Really struggling on the edge and the off-tackle runs, Nick. It's just not happening. Doesn't seem as quick to the line as I'm used to, but we'll see.
Officially a 3rd and 4. Stretch run. Albert this time has room and a first down inside the Lancer 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's high time for some misdirection, some counters, Nick, because there's no question that Londonderry is flowing to the ball. Well, almost it will here. So you have to do that in the running game to keep those linebackers on the backside home.
It's a 10-yard pickup. Sampson given credit on the stop. It's a first down for Pinkerton.
Yep.
Nearly 2 minutes in, third quarter. Opening drive of the second half. Astros looking for points. Trailing by 3 scores here, 17-0. Again, Londonderry loads up the box. They go to Yanako near side. The senior tries a stiff arm and is going to be dragged down near the sideline. Tackled inbounds at about the Lancer 34-yard line. It's a gain of 2.
Yeah, but good stand-up tackling there, Nick. One of the things you got to do with a guy like Yanako is you've got to get low position and lift him up off of his base so he can't drive you backwards. And that's exactly what good tackling does.
Gain of 4 and second down and 6.
It's pretty hard to bring that young man down.
And it took 3 Lancers to do it.
Yep.
4 yards in the end, second down and 6.
Ball is on the 32-yard line.
Astros have stuck with the ground game here on the drive so far. Person puts Mishu in motion, takes the snap, give to Albert, hit in the backfield and drop for a 2-yard loss. Petrick again.
On the run is
one of the emotional leaners, one of the veterans came back from this championship defense a year ago. He's been all over the ball tonight.
Way too long to develop there, Nick. If you look at that, watch this now. It's just way too long to get to the line. Look at that. It's set way back. It's just, with Londonderry, you've got to get through the hole quick.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6 after the no gain. Hersom now in the gun. Yanako to his left, four-man front. Shotgun snap, looks right, throws, looking for Mishu. Got it, first down.
It's a nice throw by Hersom.
Able to find some room along that far sideline. They pick up 11 and a first down.
Nice throw and nice catch and turn up field quickly, Nick. That was key of beating those defenders. Good job. Was that Misho?
It's good.
It was.
Yeah. Nice job here. Watch Misho. Nice pass. Good set. Watch Misho turn up field immediately. He never slowed down. And that's what got him outside.
Tackle from behind by Connor Williams. 1st and 10. Pinkerton, they've yet to enter the red zone tonight. They're on the doorstep. Mishu, east-west run, tripped up at the line of scrimmage. That's Doyon again.
Yep.
Able to get there at the edge.
They are fast. They slice into the backfield, Nick, very well.
And they get low.
They get low, absolutely. Well, low man wins.
2-yard gain, second down and 8, 4 minutes in third quarter.
That key concept has sunk in with this Londonderry defense, no question.
Second down and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line.
Nick, I got to give you said it earlier in the first half, they read their keys well. Could not agree more. They're doing a terrific job at that tonight.
Second down. Hersom hit from behind. Pemberton's going to sack him.
And they're going to say he was in the grasp.
They're going to whistle it dead. The 6'4", 230-pound senior able to slip through the cracks and get to the quarterback.
And he is jacked up right now.
Wearing his older brother's number from a few years ago.
Yep.
Playing in front of friends and family tonight and playing well for Londonderry.
And that's when you go nighty nights, what you think about when you're a defensive lineman, Nick. That's what you want. Get opportunity, get in there, make a difference for your team.
Brings up
and it's great to plug the holes and great to draw doubles, but when you can get a little piece of quarterback,
on the Lancer, 27.
That's what they're looking for.
It's a 6-yard loss, and now a third down and 14. This drive is nearly 5 minutes old. Astros hoping to come away with something to show for it.
Yep.
Ball at the Lancer 28-yard line. Third down and 14. 2 backs behind Sursum, who's under center. Now the back judge is going to throw a flag.
Delay
here.
a game.
Didn't get it off in time.
Flag thrown.
Yeah, these are the sort of backwards, backwards motion.
Haven't seen a whole lot of penalties
Delay
tonight.
Game called against
I
the
believe
Astros.
just 2 each way. And this is the first here of the second half.
Well, you had the hold. I thought you had two holds on Pinkerton in the first half, I thought.
To go.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was key times, though. Look, you're already looking for 12 yards, right, in 2 plays if it's 4-down territory. That extra 5 yards it's just backing you up, Nick, at times critically when you need to possess the ball.
Officially a 3rd and 18 at the 32. Albert in motion to the near side. Hersom takes the under center snap, going to throw far side, looking.
What a great pass.
Catch made on the move. It's a first down inside the 10-yard line. That's Mishu. Able to beat Weinman. The pass is on the money, and Pinkerton keeps the drive alive with a first down.
Boy, Hersom can fire the ball, Nick. He fired that. There was no other choice but to catch this ball. Watch how accurate this ball is that goes in his arms. Great set. Excellent pass. Look at that. Right where it needs to be. And look, that is a big play in this game, Nick.
I think that's the longest play from scrimmage for Pinkerton. A gain of 24.
It's a huge turnaround for
gain of 26, and now first and goal from the 6. They go up the middle. Yannico breaks a tackle. Trying to drag people with him into the end zone. Touchdown, Pinkerton.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a 6-yard touchdown run for Cole Yannico and the senior. He's got the Astros on the board. Pinkerton chews up nearly half the quarter, but it's worth it. It's now a 2-score game again at 17-6.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, that play before that note, Nick, was absolutely mammoth. I think it was 3rd and 17, just about. And to get a first down by the goal line and run it in like that with 6:26 left, not in the 4th, but in the 3rd here. So there's plenty of time in this game. This kick is important, though. Jake Albert.
Albert trying to make it a 10-point game. Kicking with the wind to his back. Snap, hold, kick, up and short. No good.
The extra point attempt by Albert is no good.
Yeah, no special teams there.
Not sure if he got all of that kick.
It didn't look like it or not.
Astros 6.
With an athlete like Jake, I don't think so.
That one looked dead from the get-go.
Right off the bat. I don't know what happened there.
Landed well short. Not sure if it was tipped or not or what. But
I'm not either.
No good. However, it stays a two-score game, an 11-point difference at 17-6.
I was actually surprised they didn't go for two there, Nick, just because they're such a running football team. Yeah, it just never happened. It just looks to me like he scuffed the cleat may have scuffed the ground before he hit it and just lost all the speed and velocity to get into that kick. But nevertheless, that's a costly point. It just doesn't finish the drive in the way that you're looking for it. I'm not saying it's a big deal. Like you said, it's still a two-score game. But it's just...
More importantly, though, I think the Astro offense gains some confidence in the process.
Huge.
They go down the field, they punch it in, they get a big conversion there on the 3rd and long, and then the 6-yard score. They're back in the game, down 11 here, 17-6.
Well, they did give the offensive line, Nick, credit there. They did a good job of providing Tim some vision, some open space there to throw, and he did a terrific job.
All right, we saw an onside kick attempted by Londonderry to begin this third quarter. Does Pinkerton have similar plans?
Getting set to kick off, it's number 2, Jacob Albert.
They got to be careful either way. Of course, the opening kick was returned 81 yards to the house by Anthony Amaro. Squib kick near side, fielded by Jack Van Noort.
Kickoff is fielded by number 4, Jack Drabick.
That's Jack Drabick, not Van Noort.
First down and 10,
Drabick
Lancers.
going to play it safe and just go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for tonight.
That's where the Londonderry offense will come out first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
And the temperature continues to drop, Nick. I think the wind has picked back up. It did not show that on the weather report. Looked to me like the wind was going to slow down. But it's really gusting right now, and I'll bet you the wind chill's down around freezing.
And it's really the first cold night of the season.
It really is, Sid. So it kind of shocks you. We've come a long way since the month of July.
Yeah, it was very hot all summer, really, in southern New Hampshire. And
pick up your prize at
tonight, really, the first night of fall. Pinkerton,
wow,
going to make a play here in the backfield. A number of white jerseys surrounding the handoff. It goes for a 3, maybe 4-yard loss.
Number 5, Andrew Susi.
Another good play by Matt Fioli, starting to rack up some tackles for the Astros.
Absolutely. There's quite a shot up there on the bandstand, or on the director's platform there.
Getting a well-deserved snack.
Yep. Boy, that's I don't know what they paid for that seat.
It's a good one.
Pretty good spot, though.
Yeah, we're in a good spot here as well, in the top corner of the grandstand. And, of course, several thousand surrounding the perimeter of the field here at Lancer Park. It's a good one, as expected. 2nd and 13. Lancers go back to the ground near side. This is Susi trying to find the 40. Tackled inbound along the near sideline by Albert. A big pickup. But still well short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Watch the block by the right guard here. Completely took 46 out of the play. That allows a tackle to come down and take the linebacker. And that's what opened up that hole upfield. Great job blocking by the Lancers. But
Pick up 7. It's 3rd and 6.
Still 3rd and 6. I would say punt territory here if they don't get it. So
coming up on 5
it's
minutes,
a big play
third
of the
quarter.
game right here. Still plenty of time.
3rd and 6. Ball just shy of the Lancer 40. Heenan in the pistol. Sheena the tail behind him. Looking left. Stepping left. Now going to run. Looking. Being chased down and tackled well short. Jackson Collins, the linebacker, able to track him down.
Making the tackle was number 46.
And now a 4th down on the way. Decision time for Coach Lozon. It looks like Londonderry is going to punt the football.
Big defensive stand.
4th down and 4.
Good, must have been some good motivational discussion at halftime for Pinkerton and Nick, because they are running to the ball now like you'd expect them to do. And that was just a great defensive play. Saw a little Pinkerton speed there. Also getting this Pinkerton Astro crowd into the game. They can start. They feel like they're starting to believe right now, and you can see the bands going. So this is important for an away team to get that momentum back in their hand.
They march down the field 54 yards, punching a 6-yard touchdown, and now the defense is forced to 3 and out. Pinkerton set to get the ball back. Wyman's kick takes a bounce inside the 40, rolls inside the 30, comes to a stop at about the 28, maybe the 29-yard line.
Such athleticism to kick a ball like that, to be able to move to the side like that and get the ball off. And that's just great work down there, but Pinkerton was smart. They played the poison game, got the heck away from it, and let their offense get out the field. Let's see what Tim Pearson can do now, leading his offense from their own field. They've got to change it. At least make sure they continue winning the field position battle. We'll see what they can do here.
Inside of 4 minutes, third quarter, a quick moving third quarter under the lights here in Londonderry. Drive number 2 of this second half for Pinkerton. They'll face a 4-man front, 8 in the box for Londonderry. Play action, Hersom rolling right. The junior going to throw. Oh, intercepted.
He's got it.
Picked off the 35-yard line. Londonderry has come up with their second turnover. That's Trevor Wyman. He's also the man who recovered the fumble.
Yes.
Comes up with the interception. And the home sideline celebrating in front of the home fans as the defense comes up with another answer.
Yeah, I don't understand. We're going to see it right here. If you look at Hersom, he just never picked up Wyman. It looked to me like Wyman was set a little far outside.
Just didn't see him.
You just can't throw that ball.
Just didn't see him, it looked like, and Wyman kind of stood still, and Hersom threw it right to him. Wyman, Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, this
he's had a pass deflection tonight. He's had a fumble recovery, and now he's got an interception.
Yeah, but he's also played a major league. Even when he's not in the limelight. He's part of the speedy defense that they have to attack.
He also led his team onto the field before the game. Meanwhile, quarterback keeper on 1st and 10, Heenan. Cut down around the knees by the Astro defender, Casey Dennis.
Looked to me like there might have been a hold here. Surprised that there wasn't a call.
Again, the officials have let them play for the most part.
The tackle
watch, I think at 56 here, watch.
Jacob Albert.
Veteran crew led by the official, John Boylan. By the referee, John Boylan.
Was out of the picture. Yeah, they've done a good job
they
tonight.
Have.
Yep. You don't even think about them in the game, and that's a quality officiating when you have that present.
Again, unofficially, I think we've only seen a handful of combined penalties.
They're letting them play.
3 minutes, third quarter. Heenan on a 2nd and 8. Going to throw left side. Here's Wyman on the wide receiver screen. Going to work downfield inside the 25.
He's going to be
close to the marker at the 20. I think you're right, a little short, about a yard shy, 3rd and 1 on the way.
Nice job by Heenan to push the ball, to push the roll out to the right, Nick. Does a great job of disguising his plays. He knows where his man's going to be. Turns back and fires it and gets, 6 yards, right?
Yep.
7 yards?
And officially a 3rd and 2, it looks like, on the way.
Looks to me like there's some substitution challenges here with Londonderry trying to get the personnel on the field.
Coach Lozon going to bring in the senior Pedrick late into the huddle here. Remember, Coach had to burn a timeout back in that first half to avoid.
He may have to burn one out here, Coach.
Yeah,
Nick.
Does not want to take the penalty, is going to take his first timeout instead. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit nhiphonerepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally, by Ghost Energy. Ghost is an active lifestyle sports nutrition brand that powers and empowers users to be seen beyond the walls of the gym. So be seen with Ghost Energy. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Londonderry, 17-0 lead at halftime. 17-6 is their lead here late in the third, and they're going to keep the offense on the field. He didn't have the first down. The ball comes out, and no signal yet from the officials. Londonderry does recover. In fact, they say Heenan was down first.
He was ruled down.
So they're going to spot him down at about the 10-yard line as we hit 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Goal.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run up the middle. Watch this. Watch this.
Big hole.
Great fake. He knows he's got unbelievable vision.
On the Pinkerton 9.
I actually believe, Nick, he is reading the blocking scheme. I mean the tackling scheme ahead. He's looking ahead, even before the ball is snapped, and he has a real sixth sense of where to run the ball.
Pistol snap, handoff, left side, and what a cut! Touchdown, Andrew Susi. able to slice and dice in the hole for a 9-yard touchdown run. Londonderry reestablishes their 17-point lead at 23-6.
If you ever want to see getting through the hole quickly, Nick, this is it right here. Watch number 5 and watch how quickly he's through the hole. Bang! He's already past the line of scrimmage right there. What a terrific job.
It comes with 100 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Drovic, who is 2 for 2 with his kicks.
Into the wind.
To try and boot this extra point into the wind, no problem. Able to sneak it inside that right upright. Londonderry has taken their largest lead of the night at 24-6.
Nick, I got to tell you, this offense
The Pinkerton Astros
is something else. I mean, that is... Drew Heenan is just really impressing me, Nick, of how he sells his fakes. You have to honor this guy.
Yeah.
As a linebacker, as a defensive football team, you have to honor Drew Heenan every carry, and that just makes it that much better. But for number 5,
Susie,
to get through the hole that quickly, and if he saw a quick jab step to the right, and that just freezes the linebackers, boom, he's through the hole. But the whole time, you got to be watching Heenan. You can't let this guy destroy you, so he requires defensive resources on him, which makes the running back that actually hands off that much more effective.
it's been a fun night. Londonderry got the crowd going early with an 81-yard touchdown return by Anthony Amaro on the game's opening kick. Londonderry led 7-0 after the first quarter. They added 3 more early in the second with a 37-yard field goal from Jack Drabick. Shortly after that, a 20-yard hookup from Heenan to Sheena. 17-0 Londonderry at halftime. Pinkerton able to answer a short field to begin the third quarter. Capped off the touchdown drive with a 6-yard plunge by Cole Yanako. Extra point failed. 17-6 at that point. Then it looked like Pinkerton was in business. The defense forced a 3-and-out. They got the ball back. However, an interception gave Londonderry excellent field position. Trevor Wyman coming up with his second turnover tonight. Recovered a fumble and picked off a pass from Tim Hersom. And then a moment ago, Susie, a 9-yard touchdown run, extra point good. Londonderry's lead is now 24-6. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, Mishu trying to find some room to the outside, able to get up to his own 45-yard line. Gain of 6 on the carry to set up a second down, and 4 they give Drabick credit on the stop for Londonderry.
Yeah, he's...
Meanwhile, whistle here, and there's a man down
an official timeout on the field
for the Lancers. First time a player either way has been shaken up tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it's
not Drabick.
It's not. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Hard for us to see the number. They're going to stop the clock with 1:18 remaining here in the third quarter. Londonderry going to huddle up. Coach Lozon over there to check on his injured player.
I got to tell you, Nick, the speed on this team is really impressive, and the technical excellence, if you will, that they run plays offensively tonight has really impressed me. And you know, they've done, if they can run the ball like this, and you could clearly see they can pass the ball. This is a team that you know. There's a couple things that I come out of this thinking, boy, Concord is a very good football team, because well, you're seeing from Londonderry tonight, and you saw Concord give them 2.5 quarters of some serious football coming right out of Coach Lozon's mouth. A deep amount of respect for the Concord team. Yeah, you can see how good they are. But boy, I'll tell you, I haven't. This is a very solid football team on all 3 phases of the game. Let's hope he's okay. It looks like he is.
That's Dylan Risley, one of the veterans, the safety.
And he looks to me like he's
walking off under his own power. Always a good sign.
Thank goodness for that. Yes.
They need him on the field.
Yes, they do.
Hopefully he'll return sooner rather than later for Londonderry.
But,
you mentioned Concord. They opened some eyes in that Week 1 loss, and they haven't lost since.
They haven't lost since, and you can see why. And so both teams, to me, look very strong coming out of that football game.
Right.
You know, all three.
Hersom dropped the snap and is dropped in the backfield. Again, it's Weinman who comes in unadulterated off the edge for another big play there for Londonderry.
I didn't come in the game not expecting this, Nick. I I expected
Making the
that
tackle is
both of
number
these
3,
teams were going to
Wyman.
be.
Just drop the snap.
Just drop the snap. Yep.
And paid the price as Wyman again comes in. A bull in a
Brings
china
up
shop.
3rd down and 10 from the 39.
All of a sudden, it's 3rd and 10 here inside the final minute, third quarter. Pinkerton trying to find that momentum that they had at the beginning of the third quarter when they went down 54 yards and scored. They're going to drop the snap again. Ball is on the ground. Londonderry says they have it. No signal yet. And now the referee does say Lancer football. That's the 3rd turnover tonight by Pinkerton.
Andrews.
Yeah, sometimes when it rains, it pours, Nick.
It's the man who just scored the touchdown. It comes up with a fumble, Andrew Susi.
Good point.
10.
See what happened here.
Back-to-back drop snaps.
Kind of went right through his hand. It looked like Tim
They'll
was
start out.
looking down, kind of looking downfield, maybe lost a little bit of focus, or the snap could have gone, too close to the ground. I don't know, but nevertheless,
It's bad news for Pinkerton.
bad
we
news
know
for
that.
Pinkerton. Yep.
Londonderry is going to take over again in Astro territory at the 36-yard line. A chance to work on this 24-6 lead just under half a minute to go here in quarter number 3. Get another look at that snap.
But don't underestimate this defense. They're just a rattling defense. They're very difficult.
Little movement along that 3-man front for Pinkerton.
Flag throw.
And a flag is down.
Yeah, things are just out of sync now.
Yep. As you said, Steve, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Londonderry trying to ride this momentum and come up with some more points. However,
called against Londonderry.
it's a false start against Londonderry. I thought we might have had a neutral zone infraction against Pinkerton. No, it's against Londonderry. So 5 yards on the false start sets up a 1st and 15 at the Astro 41-yard line.
So that defensive movement was drawn.
Correct.
And
it's a break for Pinkerton.
Break for Pinkerton, and puts them back where they've got to get some serious yardage to get a first down.
Pistol snap, they go on the ground. Sheena lowers his shoulder and might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 28,
a gain of 4, maybe 5, tackled again by Collins in the hole.
Even though they scored, the defense is Pinkerton, Nick, the Astros is playing with a little bit of a more emotion this half. But what you saw offensively down there, how do you overcome that? It's a pick, then a fumble.
Gain of 5 on the play.
How much
second
you expect
down
the defense?
And 10.
But I will say it looks to me like they're playing with more emotion.
The Astros face an 18-point gap as we head to the fourth quarter. Londonderry able to extend their halftime lead and now are 12 minutes away from their 3rd victory. Does Coach O'Reilly have a comeback up his sleeve? We begin to find out next. Fourth quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Meanwhile, first play of the fourth quarter. Quarterback keeper Heenan steps out of bounds. There's a penalty flag back at the 34-yard line, and this may be coming back against the offense. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Londonderry looking to hand Pinkerton their first loss of the season. They have played with the lead since the opening kickoff, which was taken back to the house 81 yards by Anthony Amaro. Londonderry held leads of 10-0
Penalty is
and
a
then
block in the back
17-0 at
against the Lancers.
halftime. Pinkerton got back in the game with a touchdown early in the third quarter, 17-6 at that point, but another Astro giveaway set up a short field for Londonderry and a 9-yard touchdown run by Andrew Susi.
Correction, the penalty was
Brings us to where we are right now, 24-6, a hold called there on the first play of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a tackle takedown on the looked on the either left guard, left tackle area on Londonderry. Nick, you could just see he just kind of pulled him down the ground. So
happened right around the line of scrimmage.
Right around the line of scrimmage. Yep.
They'll enforce the 10 yards from the spot of the foul and back Londonderry up to their own 44-yard
17
line.
4 turnovers
from the 4
3 tonight.
for the Lancers.
3 tonight for the Astros, right?
2 of them were on the snap, 1 interception. 2 of them came in the third quarter.
You're right. It wasn't 2 interceptions. It was a fourth one almost happened.
Yep.
And he didn't. Yeah, right. So 3. Okay.
None for Londonderry.
Yep.
Special teams in the turnover battle have gone to the Lancers. Heenan on 2nd and 17. Senior's got plenty of time here. Going to air it out. Deep down the near sideline. Coleman is open. Touchdown, Londonderry.
Unbelievable.
Wide open down the near sideline. Andrew Coleman pulls in his first catch of the night, a 44-yard hookup, and it's 30-6 Londonderry.
Nick, let's not take anything away from Drew Heenan and the receiver. I couldn't tell who it was. Watch this offensive time from the line that he gets. Look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds of time, Nick. He was got to throw that ball. So give, obviously, passer and receiver all the credit in the world, but that offensive line, look at that stand-up blocking right there. What a terrific job. Hanging with your blocks. Just terrific. 8 seconds.
The extra point attempt by Drabick is good.
Meanwhile, Drabick, the kicker, remains perfect.
Londonderry Lancers.
And all of a sudden, 14 unanswered by the Lancers. Their largest lead on the board at 31-6. Starting to put this one to bed early here in the fourth quarter.
All coming through turnovers. So just answering back off. Turnovers are bad enough, but boy, when the team answers right back like that, it's just, you just dig a hole you just can't get out of.
Lancers number 1 in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll. They've been number 1 all season despite an out-of-state loss in week 2 against Bishop Hendricken of Rhode Island. Undefeated against in-state competition.
Yep.
And they've been the better team tonight, straight up, against their rival, the Pinkerton Astros.
Yeah, and solid, rock solid in all 3 phases of the game, Nick. Rock solid. And it's, what are you going to say? Well, if you're gonna scout this team, and you're scouting this team tonight, which I'm sure there's some people here, if they're not playing, I got to tell you, you got a lot of work ahead of you during the week to prepare your team to try to compete with this Lancer football team. They are, well,
number 1 for a reason. The defending champs showing you why tonight. Winners of 2 of the last 3 Division I state championships.
Drew Heenan just continues to impress me, Nick.
Off is Jack Drabick.
He defies so many. I'll wait till afterwards.
Here's Morrison. The sophomore picks it up off the bounce across the 30.
Nice run back.
Fighting across the 35.
The kick return
taken down at about the 37-yard line. Again, Drabick in there on the stop for Londonderry.
Drew Heenan, Nick. He just defies all of the footprint that you're looking, or the statistics that you're looking for in frame and height and how's he going to get vision over that tall offensive line? He just does it. He's just, some people are just meant to play quarterback no matter what their size, but he is strong, and the decision making in this young man just really impresses me.
Meanwhile, Hersom back under center for Pinkerton. Handoff left side, not much. Doyon again is there on the edge for Londonderry.
Back to that touchdown pass, Nick. I don't know if you saw, but Drew was flagging his receiver to go, because he knew he had the time, and he knew he had his defender beat. And there's Drew back there saying, go, and he throws a perfect lead.
We saw those 2 hook up twice in the championship game against Winnicott last season.
It's like going by 5 guys on pond hockey. That's like outside backyard football. The kid is he just bleeds football.
2nd down and 9. Albert trying to spin his way back to the line of scrimmage. Not sure he got there. Again, just no real room up front to operate. Londonderry's Weinman, the first on the scene.
Yeah.
On the run is number 2, Jacob Albert, tackled on the play by number 25.
Albert's been
Nathan
bottled
Pedrick.
up tonight.
And this
By Weinman, Pedrick in there as well, giving credit for the stop. No gain, 3rd down and 8.
And this whole thing happening
gain on the play.
without,
3rd
I would
down and
argue,
8.
one of the top 2 or 3 defensive linemen in the whole state, if not the best in the whole state, out of the game injured. And they're still putting on this kind of display here against an Astro team. It's
Of course,
unbelievable.
that's junior Ty Miles. Pass complete near side. Yanako is sandwiched immediately. Couple of new defenders in there for Londonderry. Alex Villa, 6'3", sophomore linebacker,
Tackled on the play
along
by
with his
number
teammate
7,
Michael Palma,
Watch this
5'7"
hit.
senior.
Watch
And
this.
number 3,
This is just,
Michael Palma.
this is, even when you get yardage, you're going to pay. This stuff is, look at that hit.
They don't get much, about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Yep.
Gain of 3 on the
Pinkerton
play.
facing what
brings
looks
up
like a 4th down and 4. 4th
for
and
the
5, I
Astros.
guess, officially from their own 44. No hesitation here from Coach O'Reilly. His club trailing big. They're going to go for it. Shotgun snap. Hersom has to get rid of it. Looks for Albert. Bang! Hit, and it's incomplete. The ball pops out. Incomplete. Londonderry's going to take over.
Hersom's
What
pass
a
is
hit
incomplete.
by Kyle McPhail. Timed it perfectly on the stop there for Londonderry.
Jake Albert's
Pass was
taking some
broken up on the
shots
play by
tonight,
number
Nick.
6, Kyle
In the
McPhail.
open field receiving as well as running the football. He's taking some big shots. You can see the body language when he got up there. He says, this is getting old, Look at that hit. Watch Jake get up. You can see, watch Jake after the hit. You can just see, and this is nothing against Jake. He's tough as nails.
They'll start off.
Just full speed.
It's just full speed,
Yeah.
Good, clean, hard hitting, and it just demoralizes you after a while.
Yeah, this defense has come to play tonight. Several players breaking out the big stick.
Yep. Laying the
including
wood on.
McPhail there. All right. Lancer's going to take over. They got a 25-point lead on the board. 2.5 minutes into this 4th quarter. Heenan and company want more. Sheenan's the tail out of the pistol. Fake the pitch. They keep it with the senior quarterback. He's going to dance and not get much. In fact, may have lost a yard.
Nice defensive play there by number 46,
That's
I believe.
Collins. He's approaching 7 or 8 tackles.
Oh, yeah. All of that. Yep.
Tonight, he's held his own and then some for Pinkerton.
Nick, I don't really see the defense on Pinkerton doing a bad job tonight. I think that they've come out in the second half, and Londonderry's going to score points. I mean, everybody knows that. And I just think that there's a defensive core here with Pinkerton that is playing, early middle season form.
Lancers have scored 3 touchdowns on offense. 2 of them were the result of a short field.
Correct.
Left side run. Sheena, he's got speed. Going to tiptoe the sideline.
The run is number
Eventually
3, Jake
steps out of
Shinna.
bounds at about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 16, maybe 17 there on the sweep.
Those first downs, Nick, are backbreakers for the defense because you play a couple plays there and you feel like you're getting it done. You're starting to make a stuff here and there, and then wham, they bring off 13 yards like that. It's demoralizing. But overall, this defense is, I think, done a really good job. It's special teams and the offense just, giving the ball away and like you said, a lot of short fields here tonight.
Fatigue may start to creep in here over the final 8.5.
Just going to say that.
A lot of hands on the hips defensively right now for the Astros. Sheena.
Nice tackle.
Yanako meets him at the line of scrimmage and drops him.
Number 28, Jake Shinna on the run.
Yeah, Danako's a football player, Nick, through and through.
Yep.
We were talking to Coach O'Reilly about him last night. He just plays. There is no high or low emotion with him. It's always, always right to the wall.
Kid who broke into the starting lineup late in his freshman year.
2 in the play, 2nd down.
And has really been a two-way star for the last several
seasons. And that's saying
seasons.
something on Pinkerton, that's for sure. Yep.
No question. 4 minutes in, 4th quarter. Londonderry going to take their time here, work a little clock, I think. As Coach Lozon speaks with his quarterback, shuffles the personnel a bit. Sheena comes out. Tailback now is Susi, who has scored tonight. Meanwhile, whistle.
Timeout.
I believe a timeout here on the field.
Timeout. Timeout, Lancers.
Timeout, Londonderry.
Second timeout. They have 1
That's the second timeout. of the second half by Coach Lozon.
I want to call out another player tonight that's just been extremely impressive, Nick, is Andrew Susi. He has just done a tremendous job on both sides of the ball, Nick, tonight. Very solid player.
Provided a good change of pace option in that backfield.
Yes, he did.
Scored a 9-yard touchdown in the third quarter.
Will be next Friday night when they take on Manchester Central.
And also recovered a fumble.
That game is at Manchester. That's next Friday
also
night.
Also recovered a fumble on defense, Susi, tonight. So
will be in 2
he's
weeks
been able to contribute in a number of
when
ways.
they take on Bishop Gert.
As you see here with the flags, the wind has never stopped.
Right here at Lancer Park.
And I thought, if you had to guess for the game, you'd think, well, that's an advantage for the Astros. But
once again, the next
it really hasn't mattered either way. Both teams, Londonderry has shown me that they can inside run the football. That offensive line has just done a terrific job tonight against a solid defense put together by the Astros. And
you mentioned the wind. It did affect Pinkerton on a couple of punts in the first half.
Yeah, actually, to the negative, right.
To the negative.
I thought it was going to, give them an opportunity, but Londonderry's running game's fabulous.
To your point, Londonderry has won all 3 phases, at least through 3.5 quarters as we approach the midway point
maybe
of this fourth quarter. Heenan tackled near the marker for sure, inside the 20-yard line as Londonderry re-enters the red zone.
Number 10,
first
Drew
down.
Heenan.
We're going to give Heenan the first down.
For a Lancer, first down.
Coach Lozon doesn't love to take his quarterbacks out of the game. Have you noticed that?
No.
He doesn't. But I think it's a flow thing that he wants reps. He understands the experience and reps as you go on the year. But there is a flip side to that about getting hurt in a football game too. But
we saw it last year with the starting quarterback, senior Aiden Washington went down. Heenan came in. That was against Pinkerton. And, of course, led his team eventually to a championship as a junior.
Yep.
Now in his senior year, they call his number again.
Number 10, Drew Heenan.
Gets a couple of hard-earned rush yards to the left side before he's tackled by Casey Dennis. Another stop there for the Astro senior. Just over 5 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Londonderry looking for a third consecutive and a third unanswered touchdown here in the second half.
Yeah, he's got a few yards in the basket there. If you, I don't know how many, but
they give him.
He's had some good
5
runs
in the end. Second down and 5.
No, I mean cumulatively in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Lozon said he might let him run a little bit. I think that was the quote last night.
Well,
meanwhile, they try a receiver reverse here, and that goes nowhere as Wyman is dropped in the backfield.
On the run was
takes too long to develop.
Tackled on the play by number 6.
That's Ezra Alvarez on the tackle. Midway through fourth quarter, third down and 10 on the way after that 5-yard loss.
Well, probably starting to think about clock burning right now.
10 for the Lancers.
31-6, Nick. Didn't expect that.
There's coach and quarterback getting up close and personal.
That's a great shot right there.
Of course, Jimmy Lozon was a quarterback at West the last time the Blue Knights were in the D1 playoffs.
And a good one.
Back in the fall of 06. All right, Heenan in the pistol. Susi behind him, going to roll right. Looks downfield, throws out the back foot.
What a
got
dot.
a man. And I think that's a first down. It's very close.
That's that quick release.
Heenan's pass complete on
That's
the play.
Amaro on the catch. Mishu on the tackle.
It's good.
First down and goal on the way here for Londonderry.
Down and goal.
We're going to have some scores after the game.
Ball is on the Pinkerton.
We will.
4
Full
yard.
post game on the way, including a look
Nice
for the
pass.
first time tonight at the Week 4 NHIAA scoreboard. Plus, of course, stats, highlights, and analysis from this one. Londonderry closing in on what looks like is going to be their third victory of the season. Out in front here, 31-6 with now 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. They have never trailed tonight.
And remember, their loss was one of the top teams in the whole state of Rhode Island. So,
if not New England.
Fumble!
Ball loose, and it looks like the Astros have recovered.
They've got it.
Shotgun snap gone awry.
Fumble on the play. Recovered
The pigskin
by
took
the Pinkerton
kind of an
Astros.
awkward bounce, and then the Astro defense jumps on top of it. That's the first turnover tonight for Londonderry. It comes at the 4-yard line.
Defense has played with their heart out in their sleeve all game, Nick, in my opinion, but especially here in the second half. We've talked about it before. We should just, in a 31-6 game, you got to understand, you got to unpack that a little bit and recognize that, in fact, this defense has really played with a lot of passion from the Astros. So you want to give credit where credit's due. It's just they've just been in field position has been short fields just one time after another. But good for them getting the turnover here.
Alvarez and Yanako both pounced on it. One of them officially recovered. Meanwhile, Morrison on an east-west run spun down in the backfield again. Some backups now are getting some action here, Steve, defensively. Devin Bowles. That's a name that should be familiar.
I wonder how Riley's doing.
His older brother Riley, I'm sure, tuning in tonight.
Jake Perrin
Was an outstanding player on both of Londonderry's championship team, and now the younger brother getting in on the action here late against Pinkerton.
I miss saying let Riley Bowles be Riley Bowles because he's just one of those players that you just pop the cork and you just let him go.
Yeah.
And let him do whatever he does in the field. He's just so intelligent. And
now Devin trying to fill his
Devin
big brother's
coming in behind.
footsteps
It's
here.
great to
as a
see
sophomore.
younger brothers come up through like that and take the helm. That's good.
We're inside of 4 minutes, fourth quarter. Still a big lead on the board for Londonderry at 31-6, and now a timeout is called by Coach O'Reilly. First timeout of the second half for Pinkerton.
Timeout Astros.
Coach O'Reilly understands the long game, understands the season. It's about getting your football team turned around. There's clearly some work to do. And if you have any work to do, Londonderry Lancers are going to expose it, Nick. And that's kind of what happened tonight. If I was knowing Coach O'Reilly and the experience and the longevity that he's had, he's going to have a film in which he's going to be able to show these young men this is where we need to improve. And I'm sure they will throughout the season. But it's all about, with this new format, Nick, it's really all about getting into the dance, getting into the playoffs, and having your team playing the best it can play. There's plenty of time to do that. Comes out of this game, it'll be 3 and 1, right?
Londonderry with a win improves to 3-1. Pinkerton with a loss drops to 3-1.
And they're going down to play the Brockton Boxers at least next week or the week after, maybe next week.
Yeah. Well, again, 9 regular season weeks, same as last year. An extra round of postseason tournament action this year with a preliminary round immediately following the regular season. Then we jump into the quarters, semis,
and a lot of programs being able to participate in that. So,
and 13 teams instead of 8 in Division One.
But when you get into week 6, 7, and 8, Nick, it's going to be a situation where these there's going to be a lot more programs still fighting, and it's going to make more games. So for that part of it, I enjoy it.
Morrison with the carry. Charles Lance with his first tackle tonight for Londonderry. 3rd down and 8 facing the Astros as we come upon the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Some folks starting to seek the exits here in Londonderry. Great crowd as we expected tonight. Good viewership numbers for those watching at home here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We appreciate you having us in your home or on your mobile device. Right. If you're watching, hit the subscribe button, free to do so. Keeps you in the know the rest of the way. Meanwhile, on 3rd and 8, again, Lance and company on the edge for Londonderry. Some of these backups starting to register tackles now for the home team. Mishu lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there. It'll be 4th down and 8.
Well, going to start working some other players on in. Varsity experience is so important, even in these situations, Nick. Just to get on the field.
The sophomore with a tackle.
Down to 2:30 and counting.
No gain on the play brings up 4th down and 8 for Pinkerton.
Fioli's going to line up in his own end zone to try and punt this one away here for Pinkerton. Back deep is the dangerous Amaro, who returned the opening kickoff to the house to get Londonderry on the board.
What a kick.
Fioli with a bomb high in the sky. Amaro with the catch. Inside the Pinkerton 40, hit from behind and dropped at the 39-yard line. Good coverage is right as the tackle eventually is made
on the punt return
by Casey Dennis for the Astros.
Tackled by number 5.
Just outside of 2 minutes.
1st down and 10 Lancers.
So Londonderry still going to send out the starting offensive unit, it looks like. Or does Coach keep Heenan on the sideline here? Now he's going to call for number 10 and get his senior back in the huddle, it looks like, to finish this one out. The final 2:03 still remaining on the clock.
Yeah, really getting a lot of subs in the game. Like to see that.
Well, again, this game was a 2-score difference early, or more like midway through the third quarter, 17-6 at that point, but a long hookup and a big interception led to 2 touchdowns for Londonderry as the Lancers really trying to put this one to bed. There is a backup quarterback in
the game, yep, number 14.
That's Connor Williams, who's played well defensively tonight. The junior takes his first snap.
Tackled by number 79,
and is lucky to get
Joseph
back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped by the big D lineman, Joe Pikowski. 6'5", 235-pound junior on the tackle.
He's been solid tonight.
Clock ticking. Pinkerton does have 2 timeouts. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, but
don't think they're probably going to use them here.
Nope.
Well, like I said, as I said, a lot of film here to review. And a lot of things can be learned, taught to the team, and that's going to happen here. So, nice job coming in from the defensive end position.
On the run is number 28, Jake.
Is that Hanlon?
It's Pikowski again.
Oh, okay.
Well, the big man was Pikowski. I think Collins was
into assist on the tackle.
No, Pikowski and
third down and 10.
Ryan Catno, another junior linebacker for Pinkerton, getting some action. So we're in the final minute now. Here in the fourth quarter, and another reminder, we're not going anywhere after the game. Full recap, highlights, stats, and analysis, plus the Week 4 scoreboard comes your way, including a Seacoast rivalry that goes back over 90 years. Exeter and Winnicott Warriors looking to play spoiler. We'll get an update from the Seacoast. All right, Williams going to drop his right knee to the turf.
That's going to do it.
And that should
14,
do it.
Connor Williams takes it.
Londonderry. Another impressive performance on their home field. They have now beaten Pinkerton 6 straight. This one's going to end up as a final of 31-6. Londonderry took the opening kick to the house and never looked back. Held a 17-0 lead at halftime. And they finish up with 2 unanswered touchdowns and win by their largest margin. 31-6 is our final score. The defending champions. Now 3-1 on the season. Pinkerton, they suffer their first loss and slip to 3-1.
Yeah, 3-0 though in New Hampshire. And as we said, that loss there was to a high-powered private school down on Rhode Island. This Londonderry, and they still scored 20-some-odd points against them.
Right.
We were really looking and hoping to be able to see, oh boy, a little bit of glory days. And we see a team right now, after playing its 4th game of the year, running on all cylinders for sure.
All right, we'll step aside. When we come back, final stats, highlights, and analysis as we put this one to bed. A look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. It's all Londonderry tonight, 31-6 over Pinkerton. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, what a performance tonight for the defending Division I champion Londonderry Lancers. They took the opening kickoff to the house and never looked back as they beat their rival Pinkerton 31-6 to improve to 3-1 on the season. Astros catch their first loss and slip to 3-1. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. What a game. What an atmosphere tonight. Several thousand in attendance, even more watching from home. And again, Londonderry showing that they were all business from the get-go. 81 yards was the touchdown return by the senior Anthony Amaro. 7-0 was the Londonderry lead after one. They stretched that to 10-zip on the strength of a 37-yard field goal. And then later in the second quarter, they get a 20-yard hookup through the air from quarterback Drew Heenan to the tailback Sheena. 17-zip was the Lancer lead at halftime. Pinkerton, though, showed some fight. Took the opening drive of the third quarter down the field, 54 yards. 6-yard touchdown run by senior running back Cole Yanako. Got Pinkerton back within two scores at 17-6. However, that was short-lived. An interception set up Londonderry with another short field. A 9-yard touchdown run capped off by Andrew Susi. Made it 25-6. And then a big bomb hookup early in the fourth quarter. Heenan to Coleman. Stop me if you've heard of that combo before. They hooked up twice in the championship game last November. They do it from 44 yards out here early in the fourth quarter. 31-6 at that point, and that is where we finish up as Londonderry, Steve, despite being shorthanded without their all-state defensive lineman Ty Miles, they bottle up the Pinkerton rush attack, and they cruise to a 25-point win to improve to 3-1.
Well, obviously, folks, from Craig's camera here, we are multi-layered in this cold weather, and we do not care what we look like, so that's pretty obvious. Having said that, this game we thought was going to be, it was just built to be a breakout game. However, this is out of the barn here. I did not expect 31-6 on the scoreboard, Nick. Pinkerton Astros, offensively especially, have a lot to work on. They have a lot to work on special teams. But, boy, if you got a defense, and I think they have a strong defense, they're going to continue to win some games. But there's a lot of work to do to get that offense in sync. So, although they may be a little bit behind in those two phases where you where you want them to be, on the other side of the ball, Londonderry, all three phases of the game, first rate, running all cylinders with precision and accuracy, and that goes from upstairs in the coaching booth down to the coaching on the field, to the players, to the whole program. is just an amazing thing to watch. It's quite a show. It really is.
Yeah.
It says a lot. So Londonderry comes out here, Nick, with a big breakout game. I know you got some scores and you're driving me crazy, so I'm going to actually go short. That's how Nick gets me to go short. But I just want to say one thing. One other thing about this game, Nick. This game just fell apart early for Pinkerton. They got it. We're in a deep hole in many elements in the first quarter, and you just can't do that playing here in Sawyer's Nest and Londonderry. I love these two venues. You always enjoy this game, but when you look downfield, and you see them rated, boy, it's going to take a hell of an effort to try to beat this Londonderry team and come out victorious and play, 48 minutes of football against them.
Another undefeated goes down. Pinkerton now 3-1. We'll look back in the saddle, so to speak, next week. Londonderry.
And more of this is going to happen from week to week.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
I am.
For some scores here, week number 4. We begin on the Seacoast. Undefeated Exeter, number 2 in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll, taking on 0-3 Winnicott. That's a rivalry that goes back 93 years.
Yep, way back.
Steve, 0-0 midway through the third quarter.
That's unbelievable.
Winnicott hanging around, 0-0. Also, Warriors have a 1st and 10 in the red zone, looking for the first lead of the game.
I think our good friend Roger Brown said the other night. Well, not only is he there, he said
it's a dangerous spot.
It's a dangerous spot for Exeter. Roger knows his football all across the state, but he certainly knows that rivalry as well. Good for Winnicott hanging in there.
Yeah.
Be very interested to see what happens at the end of that game.
Yeah, 0-0 right now. Again, about midway through the third quarter.
Wow.
BG looking to stay undefeated all over Merrimack tonight, 35-zip. Cardinals over the Tomahawks. That game about to begin the fourth quarter. Concord looks like they're going to get another win, 35-7 over Alvern. A win tonight would put Concord at 3-1.
Alvern appears to be really struggling.
Wyndham shutting out Salem at halftime, 14-0. As the Jaguars look to even their record at 2-2.
Fair to say they're for real.
Yeah.
Wyndham is for real.
North is for real as well.
Yes,
on
they are.
Their way to 4-0, leading South in the Battle of the Bridge, 33-0.
But that was tight
midway
earlier,
through the
right?
third.
Second quarter, I thought that was like 6-0 or 7-0.
It's not tight now. It's
not tight
33-0. Again, North over South midway through the third at Stello Stadium. Speaking of undefeateds, Spalding beaten up on Dover 30-11. That's with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That's shocking.
Red Raiders looking
it was
4-0.
shocking before the Portsmouth game, but it's not so shocking right now. This is a team that said, are they for real after the Portsmouth game, or do they just got lucky? Clearly, they are a team that's motivated and ready to go. Boy, that's a big score right there.
And, of course, Dover was 3-0 as well.
Absolutely.
Green Wave look like they're going to slip to 3-1. All right, Steve, your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight. Londonderry, a big win over Pinkerton, 31-6.
As we look forward, as the season progresses, there's going to be teams that are going to fall back like Pinkerton did tonight. What's going to happen in their future matchups? How are they going to be able to correct their problems and or challenges that they've got to fix? But like I said before, when you got a good defense, and I think they have a good defense, this is a top-level offense they played against.
Right.
And defensively, they did not let in 31 points by any means. And short fields on the ones they did. So it's going to be a lot of the corrective process that Coach O'Reilly is going to go through. I have faith that they'll get that done, and they're going to work their way back into that contender stab. They're not out of it now. Londonderry, wow. When you look at, who's going to take on this team offensively, never mind defensively, and then you throw in, if you got an even match, Nick, you got a special teams that's for the last year and this year, it just looks so rock solid. Special teams are a big factor when you get towards the end of the year.
Right.
For two reasons. One, great play, but second is they don't give up points on special teams either. Their cover on punts and their cover against kickoffs, when their kickoff team is outstanding, it's a powerhouse.
I think you said it earlier. If anybody does end up beating them, it's going to take a full 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
Three-phase effort.
Right.
For sure.
But, hey, congratulations to Kevin Hebert and the Spalding Red Raiders.
Yeah,
Nick,
about to be 4-0. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's a team that was 0-9 a year ago, of course.
Just congratulations to the whole Spalding community. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, good to have them back.
It sure is.
All right, want to thank everybody involved here, including Of course, it starts at the top with Howard Sobolov, the athletic director. We appreciate the green light early in the week.
Yes.
And, of course, his staff here on the ground
Fabulous.
is phenomenal.
Thank you guys so much.
As usual, treating us with the red carpet treatment. How about our unseen, right, boys and girls behind the scenes here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, including Matt Beals, who made the trip up, about 800 miles or so from
by the train, overnight
Washington,
train.
D.C., got here in a jiffy. We appreciate him bearing the elements with us. Of course, our two pros down on the ground, Craig Incardoni and John
Amazing job.
Barron. All right, we're off tomorrow. We'll be back in studio on Thursday for FNL Gridiron, live at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll go over this week, preview Week 5, all that coming your way on FNL Gridiron Thursday at 6. For my partner, Steve Beals, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Londonderry 31, Pinkerton 6. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.